Assassin.
Yes, my lord.
Rise.
Have you ever danced with a devil? Took a glance at a rebel, had a chance to advance. You are not on my level. You are not my equal. I can pose another sequel. Those that do oppose, I was exposed and leave you see through with the spies in my eye. Recognize me as a legend. Refuse to cry and die, so I may never get to heaven. I've been yelling and rebelling since the days I was a youngin'. Been a long time coming. I'll be damned if I'm running. Original individual, so I'm living like a criminal. Give it to you fools direct, no need to be subliminal. Say a nigga name quick, but never to be famous. Put this thing up to your brain, and I'll leave you brainless. Got you sucking, ducking knuckles, watch you buckle as I chuckle. I can see right through your heart. You don't wanna start no trouble. Thought I couldn't get it crunk, well hell I beg to differ. I'm far from a punk and ain't your ordinary nigga. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your veins. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them all. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them all. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I can see me leading the legion, screaming in the evening. I had the kids pleading, why is daddy not breathing? See, daddy was a heathen, daddy was deceiving. Told him last season, all I'm needing is a reason. I have no sympathy, consider me a lethal weapon. Remain a mystery consistently, I keep them guessing. With the world on my shoulder, my heart turns colder. Life ain't what you think, before you blink it could be over. Ready for revolution, retribution's a solution. There is no forgiveness as you witness evolution. The world revolves as I evolve, take a stroll through my soul. I don't plan to ever pause or take it easy on my foes. Break them off with a pencil in a simple instrumental. Situation detrimental if you disrespect my mental. This is how I really live, I hope I never have to kill. I represent self-defense, if I have to then I will. Niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back, the game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your veins. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them all. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them all. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I don't wanna beef with anybody, but I'm far from afraid. I'm a grown ass man, ain't no games being played. Better shut the friggin' mouth before I kick up in your house. Forensics at your residence, no evidence to figure out. Wasn't seen, had to see, no if or answer in between. This is what I do to you or anyone who intervenes. I refuse to be a prey, not tomorrow, not today. I'ma be a predator. Hell, there is no other way. Bust your brain if I must. Leave you laying in the dust. Only God understands. That's the only man I trust. The rest of y'all die slow, die with your eyes closed. Talk behind my back, but you can't look me in my eyes though. That's what you call a coward. You can find me down in Broward. Tell me where you want it at, I'll be there in a half an hour. Diamond chains, take them off. Haters, I'ma shake them off. I only deal with the real. All of the rest I break them off. Niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your brains. Fake niggas, I'm back. The game about to change. I ain't playing games, I'ma put it in your face. I'ma break them all, break them all. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss. I'ma break them all, break them off. Let me break them all, break them off. I don't care if you ain't scared, be prepared to take a loss.
I waited a long time for this.
Six called me up, told me fuck that old stuff.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I got something new for you, homie. Triple X. SIXXEXO.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Old hoes got new tricks, old folks hate my new whips. Old chill spots got upgraded, F vodka and Netflix. Old James for these new fits, old Blaze backwoods piff. Old bills that I got them faded, now the pots to checks rich. My old homies was reckless, whipping in the bando, couple white girls jiggling topless. Rock mixed with thoughtness, rock like recognized. Far from a thug, but I got mine. And an 18-month-old with my initials giving me the 9 to pop mine. And it's registered, so I sit next to your body while you shot crime. Card in my hand on my head, tell a popo, yeah, I shot mine. Stop line, that confession, that shit was so cold. Another nigga beef that was squashed last week, man, that shit was so cold. Yeah, let's go.
Getting to the money while you sleep, yeah. I'm on some new shit. Hard work pays off. Bitch, your boy about to take off, and I ain't coming back down, 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 down. Yeah. And I ain't coming back down, down. Triple X, baby. We finally here. Dedication, motivation, that's just part of the game. I can't explain all of the things that really made me insane. I put my soul in these rhymes to take my mind off the pain. Nobody helped when I failed, nobody gave me a thing. I made my way through the darkness, now I'm as bright as a flame. Thought I wanted some fame, but all I wanted was change. Now everybody can see me, now they screaming my name. Man, I done came long ways, and I'm just glad that I came. And now I'm shitting on these niggas, and I'm just doing my thing. It ain't shit they can do, but you sit and complain. Bitch, I'm fly as a plane, boy, you simple and plain. Bitch, I'm running the game, and you ain't running the thing, nigga. Yeah. Getting to the money while you sleep, yeah. I'm on some new shit. Hard work pays off. Bitch, your boy about to take off, and I ain't coming back down, 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 down. And I ain't coming back down, 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 down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man.
In case you didn't know,
Oh, they know, homie.
what time it is,
My G, they know.
or what I'm on,
They know. I do.
I simply tell them, catch up, nigga. I'ma say it again.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Ketchup or mustard, bitch. I'm out.
I'm on some new shit. Grind hard all week. Getting to the money while you sleep, yeah. I'm on some new shit. Hard work pays off. Bitch, your boy about to take off, and I ain't coming back down, 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 down. And I ain't coming back down, 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 down.
What is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host Trevor, and I am back with another episode of Man Talk Monday. Man, it seems like it's been a long time. It's actually probably been a month. Shout out to Tequila in the building, the greatest moderator in the business. Shout out to the Captain Azariah in the building. Those of you that's watching, make sure and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Shout out to those of you watching over on Twitter. As I wait for my co-hosts to come in, I did say this morning on Pause and Reflect that I did have an announcement that I was going to make. So long story short, it's the whole gist of it. Gotta get that coffee in because I feel like I'm gonna run a marathon tonight. If you haven't, and a lot of you haven't, which is kind of disappointing, but I get it. Please check out the show that I do called Pause and Reflect. I do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's literally a 20-minute car show. There's no production. It's literally I hit play and I go. And it's a show dedicated to men, but women are more than welcome to come through and listen. Just kind of going over some things that men face on a daily basis. This morning's show was about humility. And I really think a lot of men need to learn how to be humble. We talk a lot about building confidence in men and things like that. So I do see Keela dropped it in the chat. Okay, so she dropped the whole playlist, so that's good. So you could just go check out the whole playlist. It's 14 episodes, and they're literally I want to say the longest one is probably 40 minutes. And that's the one that I did on my birthday because I was home. So I had time to run my mouth. But yeah, man, I would advise you guys to check it out, man. It is very, very inspirational. That is a show where I actually, go to the Bible and things like that, use it to correlate to what I'm talking about. I actually had a sister reach out to me and say that she was going to have her son start listening to them because, she thought that they were that great. I actually had a lot of people. It's funny. That is the most commented on show. It's not the most watched show on the channel, but it is the most commented on show on the channel just because it really reaches out to people. I've had guys reach out to me and shout out this Black Storm Ministries in the building. I've actually had people reach out to me and say, hey, that's your calling, and stuff like that. So it is what I'm passionate about, man. It's really is not like a project of mine. It's something that I'm very, very passionate about. So I will be going forward with that. So let's get to the next thing that I did have on the agenda. So you guys, you haven't seen Man Talk Monday in a month. And a lot of it is this is the earliest I've been home in forever. I'm normally getting home after 6 and things like that, whereas I used to get home at 4. So it was much easier to do these shows. My company, we just got a new contract with Ford. They commissioned us to make parts for the electric Hummers and things like that. So I am completely busy and it's not stopping anytime soon. So that's part of the reason why after April, you won't see me around as far as when it comes to everyday streaming. Like how I used to always be on here, you won't see me anymore just because I'm too busy. So I can't justify the time that I had to spend doing this when what I actually do that pays the bills is so busy right now. Even when I left work today, I had to go make a delivery, and I never make deliveries. We got a guy that actually makes deliveries for us, but piece of fire God Gabaraya. I hope I said that right. But we shout out the Fire of God, man. Those some good brothers, man. This is not even a Thursday, and you already see that they already over here. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So like I said, man, I'm definitely going to be doing my pause and reflects because that's in the morning. That's before I start working. 6:30 in the morning is 20 minutes. I could knock that out. But as far as like the regular streaming and things like that, I can't do it. I used to do it. Now, here's the thing. We're still going to do Man Talk Monday just because Man Talk Monday is every other Monday show. And it's I could tough that one out. But everything else, and it's not as long as everything else. So I could tough that out, so we'll still be doing that. But as far as like the wrestling shows and things like that, after this is WrestleMania season. So after April, you won't see me doing any more wrestling shows unless something big comes up. I can't justify it. I just can't. I am working like damn near seems like 70 hours a week now. So I just can't do it. This is everybody knows that I love this. I love doing this, man. I love being in front of this microphone, but I love making my money a little bit more. This is setting up to be my highest earning year ever by a long shot. So, I'm not going to do anything. It's not a hard decision. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hard decision to be like, oh man, you want to keep streaming on YouTube or you want to go, full force with this. I've been with the company for 21 years. So we do our thing and they entrust a lot to me. Before I left today, that they were going over the plans as far as what we have and all our customer expectations. Like I said, I don't know where all these new cars are being purchased at because I look at the car market and it's down, but you know, I thank God regardless that they're buying all these everything that we make parts for. You know what I mean? So all the cars, all the new concept cars, we make parts for electric Hummers and things like that. Shout out to Bones in the building. So things like that, man. As far as me being around, you won't see me around. They'll still be doing Tape Fist Politics. The MMA brothers will still be doing their thing, but as far as me, you won't see me. And if there's a Bible debate or a Bible teaching that needs to be had, then we'll fit it somewhere in the schedule. But as far as the constant weekly, I'm here 3 to 4 times a week, nah, I can't do that anymore. And another reason why is because me and my family started doing workouts in the afternoon because we have the sun out longer. So we've been enjoying our family walks and just going out and just doing things, enjoying life, man. I'm gonna tell you, listen, I didn't think that YouTube was as toxic as it is, and as it's become, but this is a very, very toxic place. Like I say, if I was to strike up a show right now where we're gonna do drama and I'm about to drag a couple of people, the room will be full. But we're gonna talk about some positive stuff. Like I say, I do my pause and reflects, and they don't want to hear the positive stuff. They only come for the foolishness, and that's an unfortunate thing in our community. And I've been trying my hardest to try to change that. The brothers over at the Fire of God they've been on the streets teaching, trying to wake our people up, but it just seems like it doesn't matter. Like they just don't listen. They constantly, they rather the foolishness. They rather the foolishness over everything. So, and me, I don't do the drama. I can, you guys know that if I want to, I could get in the weeds and I could do the drama, but to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. So I'm not doing that. So, like I said, man, if y'all got a fire debate or something, you want to do a teaching, I'm still waiting for FOG brothers to do the 12 tribes chart. I know you guys were kind of on a break for the rest of the month, I think. But I'm pretty sure you guys want to rebut Reggie's presentation from a couple of weeks ago. Also, the brother Ash set me up with an interview with one of the members from Jagged Edge. I actually was in contact with him yesterday. So he's like, yeah, he's going to be on the road, a couple of weeks, but when he gets off of the road, he's definitely going to come on over to the society so we could do that interview. So I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to be here. I'll still peek my head in every now and then. Like I say, they'll still be doing Tape Fist Politics, things like that. It's just be different. That's why I always, like, my guys didn't know at the time, but I kind of figured this was happening. That's why I always was pushing them to, like, start your own channel, man. Do start doing your own thing. Start, what I mean? Start because you never know. You never know. The time may come where I just be like, all right, we just completely can't do this anymore. It's just completely over. So that's where we are with that. I am officially saying that after April, that if you put it on a pie chart, like a whole 100, you'll probably start seeing me like 30%. And it's because of my schedule partly, but a lot of it is just because of the things that we've been doing, that me and my wife and my daughter have been doing, and I kind of value that a lot more. And not for nothing, I took a week off of social media last week, where I shut down Facebook, shut down Instagram, and it was like one of the best weeks that I ever had. I wasn't being peppered. Shout out to Moon Goddess in the building. I wasn't being peppered with constant messages. I was able to actually get my work done because I wasn't getting involved in all these chats, not bad chats, but just different conversations that's taking my attention off of what I need to do. So, you know what I mean? So I'm to the point where I'm ready to just be done with social media, period. Like Instagram and Facebook and all that. Like y'all know, if you send me a message on IG, you know I check it once a week. Saturday, I finally cleared all my messages. I had like 100+ messages, and I finally cleared them all on Saturday. You know, I went through them and checked them out just because to me, the social media, it was good. It was good at a time, but again, it's just a lot of toxic stuff, man. You don't really see too much positive on there. You don't see too much nation building. You don't see too much of that. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather see the brothers build, man. We about to go into some perilous times right now. And you know, if people don't wake up, then they're gonna be up shit's creek. I mean, pretty much. You know, we heading towards like financial turmoil and all that, and you know, everybody out here just spending money like it's literally growing on trees. Like it's like these mangoes I'm looking at falling on my grass in the back. Like it's just there. You know, it's just time for our people to just wake up, man. Our kids are constantly just dying and nobody's there to save them. You know what I mean? And if I don't want to head this way, but I will, because if my guys don't, if my co-hosts don't come up, they didn't tell me they weren't coming on today. But if they don't, then I'll just take it in this direction. Y'all know me. Before it was 4, you know, it was just me by myself. So, you know, I have no problem rocking the mic by myself. I really don't know I really don't know what's wrong. I really don't know what happened, where we are in life. And you know what? I'm gonna play a video, and Cap, Cap, I don't know if y'all on y'all I know Ash said that y'all were on y'all little break from social media. So, but I'm gonna play a video and I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Anybody want to come up? Because I don't know where my guys are, but it's fine. Nobody said that they weren't going to be here, but nevertheless, man, you know, like I said, you know, before it was 4 of us, it was me. Y'all know the Straight Talk with Trevor podcast. I used to always just run my mouth. I'm the man with the microphone. So I'm gonna play this video because this video disturbed the hell out of me, and I didn't get to play it when I first saw it. But hey, since it's just me, we're gonna rock it out. Let me get to it right quick. All right. Share this screen. Yeah, because I'm worried about our kids right now. Like, for real, I got a young daughter, man. My daughter's gonna be 10 years old this week. You know, my wife's birthday is this week. My daughter's birthday is this week. My anniversary is in a couple of weeks. I just turned 45 a couple of weeks ago. Like, I'm worried about the kids right now. And the way we're going, we're heading for some tumultuous times. And to me, it just seems like nobody cares. So let me play this video.
If we don't see the war, we're in serious trouble. If we don't see the threat, we are in serious trouble. Down at the Black Caucus, they were giving all the statistics. 66% of Black children being born in single-family households. That's not to demean that household. White supremacy is saying, I'm taking away the conditions for enhancing Black masculinity. I'm taking away the conditions through which you might produce soldiers to carry on activity on your side of the chessboard. We don't see the war.
All right. Let me hold on. So hey, my co-host, they like, nah, we ain't gonna let him start getting on a rant. So Kev is in the back. But But yeah, Cap, I agree with you, Cap. The link is in the chat. You want to come up real quick because I listen. I don't care. They could run me off of this app. They could try to do whatever they want, but I am going to stand up and wave the banner that we got to get our boys back. We got to save our boys. When I saw that video, I'm just like, my God, that young kid. That kid can't be more than 10 years old. And I'm not okay. If he want to be a cheerleader, that's fine. But the way they have him prancing around like a little girl, with the crown in his hand, and he just got his hands on his hips and stuff like that. The first thing I ask is, where is his daddy? Because there's a strong possibility that the dad may not be in the household, and the mom is forced to raise her son by herself. But this is the issue that we face. This is the issue that we face. And tonight's show is about our black men letting the community down. And in a situation like that, I got to say, yes, where is the dad in that kid's life? Where is the dad in that kid's life to set the example? Where's the uncles? Where's the strong male presence to be in that young boy's life? To have him prancing around with a crown. And it's systematic that they're going after our young boys. I always say this on this show. The way to kill a people is to cut off their ability to reproduce. And if you cut off the ability to reproduce from the time they're young, i.e. being a kid, then what? That's where you are. You got this kid can't be more than 10 years old. And you got him prancing around in a crown, just like a cheerleader. Like, what are we doing here? It's outright disgusting, and I'm not going to stand for it. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to stand for it. And I know they like, oh, there go the Cap. Look at that. Moon Goddess says he's older than 10. He's 12 or 13. Doesn't make it right, Moon Goddess. Don't make it right. What's up, Cap?
Hey, peace there, my brother. Peace there, my brother. Hey, shout out to you here at Straight Talk. And if I could first, man, I got to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, right? Real name, Yahweh, by Hashem. That's in the name of his only begotten son, who the world falsely calls Jesus Christ. Real name, Yahweh Shai. But, I was supposed to be sitting back. I might even get in a little bit of trouble with the brother Ash. But I couldn't sit back after watching that video.
Ash, please don't reprimand them, brother. Please don't reprimand the brother.
I might have to do some push-ups there, Akim, for the brothers who in the chat. But I'm gonna take these push-ups proudly. We are on a little fast from social media. We're watching only YouTube, but we're not on, like you said, Instagram, Facebook, any of the other social media platforms at all. But I shared this because I saw the topic and I thought it might be good for the Akim spirit, to listen in and tap in with you and for them to give their input in the chat. But after watching that video and you dropping the link, I said I have to come up here because first I want to say this. See, this is the problem that the single parent home has created when the child emphatically goes to the mother. When back, I'm not going to say back in ancient times, but back 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, that's not how it went initially. The child went to the father first. And that's the way it should be. Because when you actually look at the statistics, right, look it up. Who are the best fathers? The first thing will pop up when you type in Google, it'll tell you the sources, and it'll tell you that black fathers are the best fathers in Babylon, aka America. The most active in their children's lives.
72%.
Whoa! But we not good fathers? These excuse my language, these brothers not nothing? No, brothers want to raise their kids. They do. But majority of the time, they run into problems with the woman that they got pregnant. And that's why I tell young brothers when they come into this, to deal with me into this particular knowledge, okay. I tell them.
Mute your mic, Kev. Mute your mic, Kev. Mute your mic, Kev.
Yeah, I tell them to take their time, right? To be selective with the woman that they're going to deal with long term and put their seed in. because their seed that's the most important thing you're going to do in this lifetime. And last point, and you see why nobody has a problem with this. The elites, and I'm just going to talk about these other nations, in particularly white people, right? They don't care about our men being homosexual, right? They don't care about the families being separated and a lot of beta males being raised by women. Why, woman? Why they want to give you everything? Because you're not a threat to them. That's what you don't understand. You think you're doing it big because the white man give you everything and you got the most degrees out of everybody in the country. He don't fear you. That's why he don't pay you. You took up the beef during the feminist movement that the white woman had with their man. That was not your beef. You took that up, and now look where it's got us. And I yield, my brother. I just had to get them points out.
You right on. You right on with that one. I listen. Everybody, because people always say, "Oh, I'm not tolerant" and things like that. To certain things, I'm not. Shout out to Lily in the building. To certain things, I'm not tolerant. And when it comes to this, I'm not tolerant because listen, this kid is 12 or 13. He doesn't have a fighting chance. It's just like Dwayne Wade's son. And yes, son. Dwayne Wade's son is what, 14, 15, 16 years old, trying to transition to a full woman, not able to drive, not able to vote, can't serve in the military, but you're going to tell me that he somehow has the mental capacity to be able to know if he wants to be a woman or not? I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call foul. I call shenanigans. And it's time for people to stand up and say, hey, I'm not worried about anybody trying to censor me and things like that, because God knows that I'm not. I'm not worried about nobody trying to censor me. But what I am worried about is the fact that every time I look out here, I see a generation of young men, young boys that can't handle anything because they're so pussified. They can't handle anything because when they talk like their mothers. They have their mom's spirit. Because for whatever reason, maybe the dad is in jail or whatever, the dad's not being allowed to see them, but it's wrong. It's not right. You're not giving our boys a chance. And that is how they're cutting off our ability to reproduce by killing us as kids. And that's what they're doing. They're not going to get us. They can't do anything to me. They can't do anything to you, Cap. They can't do nothing to Kev. But you know what they could do? They could attack our seed. That's what they could do. Hey, Kev is in the building. Kev was like, hey, I ain't going to let Trevor go on no rant, so I need to hop up here real quick. What's up, Kev?
Oh, no, y'all can rant. I'm not getting into that.
Oh, you scared? You don't want to touch that one, huh?
Oh, I didn't watch the video either way.
Kev, did you see the video I just played? I don't know when you came in.
No, I just got here. I got towards the end of the video. Look a little sassy, but I'm not getting into that.
Shout out to E in the building. Well, Kev, why not though? You're the youngest. You're the youngest of the Man Talk Monday crew. What happens when you see 12, 13, 14-year-old boys prancing around with crowns and being applauded by that? To do that,
it just feels like they're just getting rid of masculine men because it'd be easier to take over whatever community or communities that you're trying to work your agenda for. Because of course, like when it comes to men, if you take away that strong masculine force, then of course you can how do I say it's a way of just taking over a certain area. So of course, when it comes to you putting certain agendas out, there's not going to be people that's going to fight against it. It's going to be people that probably just go along with it.
Can I add something, Trevor?
Oh, go ahead.
It is a diabolical form of control. That's what it is. And then people are asking me, what do you mean? How do you say that? Because it was a long-term plan. That's why I brought up the things that I said about the feminist movement, right? Which started in the early 20th century. All right. That's the early 1900s. That's when it started, right? And then as it continued to move, it combined with the civil rights movement, okay? And those two things did a whammy on, I'm just speaking on our community, on the Black community, because it separated families, right? You can look up Isaiah Thomas talking about the effect of the civil rights movement, or particularly in inner city Chicago, on his family. He talked about how his mother had to put his father out to get the food stamps.
Bring it out, Cap. Bring it out,
He
Cap.
said it.
Go ahead, bring it out, Cap. Bring it out. Hey, come on. Hey, listen, I don't know where Wayne and Mike is, but hey, y'all know, like I said, I before it was 4, it was just me. So as long as I got this microphone, we gonna rock this show. We gonna rock this show. So bring it out, Cap. Just bring it out.
Right. So I watched that, and if you watch things like that, you see the effect, right? And it's not, it's a, as that's why I said it's a diabolical plan that you have to do your research, and you have to follow it through linear logic and through a linear timeline, which is a straight timeline. It is a straight through line to get us to where a powerful brother like Dwayne Wade, who played in the NBA, is probably the second or third best shooting guard of all time, top 75 player. His powerful son, who he named Zion. Look, I know I'm yelling, but I get worked up about that one. He named that powerful young brother, and he's a brother. He's not a little girl. No matter what. Named him Zion to go around to get with that woman out there in Hollywood, Gabrielle Union, to let her. I'm not going to blame it all on her because it's his fault too. It's his son, ultimately. But to transform this powerful young man, to translate him from Zion to Zaya, it's disgusting.
It's wicked. It's wicked. And you see how they take the things of God and make it evil. Just like, you know, the Most High said that I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a symbol as a token that I'm not going to flood the earth anymore. Whenever you see the rainbow, you keep it as a sign. So they turn around and make it wicked and say, oh no, we're going to use this rainbow to show that everybody could be with everybody, man and man, woman and woman. We just going to go ahead. Shout out to the queen of the Straight Talk Society. We just going to go ahead and mess up everything. And that is my problem. They take the things of God and just try to be so wicked about it. And these jackleg Christian preachers won't open up their damn mouths enough to look past getting the tithes than to call some of this stuff out. You know, I just saw an interview the other day with Keon Henderson, and Cam Newton was interviewing him and trying to press him about, well, you know, TD Jakes was caught up in this scandal, and this clown fool got the nerve to be like, I ain't going to say nothing bad about him because that's my spiritual daddy. No. Call it out if it is wrong. Call it out. It's wrong. It's time for us to stop deifying men. Stop deifying men and call them out on their folly. You know, people always talk about, oh, you can't judge. That's bullcrap. There is a such thing as righteous judgment. You could judge a man righteously.
That's right.
That's what some of us got to start doing.
That's right. Christ said, judge righteous judgment. Paul said, in his epistles to the church at Corinth, he said, a righteous man judgeth all things. So where did we get off? Tupac lied, said only God can judge you. That's why he called the Israelite men in the book of Psalms, chapter 82 or 83. He said, ye judges, ye judge the earth. Why was there a whole book in the Bible called Judges?
Book of Judges.
People can't judge.
Yeah. Hey, the word tells you, man, cry loud, spare not. It's just and that's the problem. A lot of us not crying out. That's why I always say I don't agree with everything that FOG teaches, mainly the virgin birth and the John 3:16. I can't reconcile that one yet, but they teach enough righteousness, and they handle the situation that happened that I watch on their channel more righteous than anybody in Israel handled it. And for that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna rock with these guys. You know, the whole doctrinal differences, we could get there or whatever. We could agree to disagree, but there's enough righteousness when you see some guys that people would call thugs and stuff like that, trying to teach you the Bible and trying to say, hey, sister, don't go out and whore yourself out. Don't turn your back on your kids. Hey, brother, take care of home. Stop going out and trying to spread seed everywhere. No, y'all criticize those people. Y'all criticize those people because they a little more aggressive. They have a little more bass in their voice to you. They may curse a lot. Well, guess what? Y'all know that I curse a lot. It's crazy. It's just when did men become such pussies, man? I saw it in the chat. I think Ricardo. Let me go back because you know they called them the tape fist Democrats, but Ricardo dropped something. So Ricardo says, this is where the Democrats failed the black community. That's all you had to say right there.
That's right.
Young black males are beyond pussies now. Knowledge is beyond power. I thought that was a female in the video. Yeah, it's a little boy, Ricardo, a little boy. And I bet his mom is just there, just cheering him on. Wayne, Kev, what you got? What you got, Kev? Kev, where's the rest of the where the fellas at?
I have no idea. I feel like Mike is sleeping though.
No, they quit. What's going on? They probably like, damn, bro, you ain't been here for a month.
Hey, Kev,
what's up?
If I could, I'm gonna add one more thing, and then I gotta step away. But I'm gonna be in the chat. Me and the brother in the FOG, man. We here supporting, man. Thanks for giving us the shout out. I do want to say for anybody who's listening, I'm gonna piggyback a little bit on what Kev said. That's what we're about. We're about, teaching the truth, teaching the doctrine. We're not trying to be confrontational. But what we will do is we will debate our cause, right? And although, as the brother Paul said, he said, though I may be rude in speech, but we're not rude in knowledge. All right? We're not lacking in the knowledge, and we're going to bring out what thus saith the Lord. Sometimes we'll agree to disagree, and that's fine, right? But the things we can agree on, we should at least be able as brothers and sisters to talk about those things. Last point. In the Christian church, right, I've heard this before. I've heard some Christians say this, that, well, there's nothing wrong with homosexuality because Christ never said anything about it. That is a dog-faced lie. Christ did talk against homosexuality during his ministry. All right? I don't got time to bring it out right now. But it's in the book of Matthew, and it's also in the book of John. When John's disciples came to see him, they asked him, what came ye here to see? When you look up a man dressed in soft raiment, look that up. Look up what that actually means. That's a ketamite. That's a young male prostitute, homosexual. Lord said that you didn't come to see that. He said those type of people, they stay in Caesar's palace up in the king's mansion. Why? Because the Romans were known for their homosexuality. So you can't say that Christ never talked against it. He did. And then his apostle after him in the book of Romans and Peter talked about it too.
Hey, Cap, before you run, I got one more video I want to show you. But I do want to bring out a scripture, 1 Corinthians 6:9. Out of the KJV, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Nor what?
Effeminate.
Nor effeminate. That is the same. When you look up what Christ said about man dressed in soft raiment, you'll see ketamite and effeminate as one of the usages. Yikes.
Listen, I told y'all this morning on Pause and Reflect that there is not a thing in life that you can't find in the Bible, whether you believe it's the absolute word of God or not, but there is not a thing you can't find in the scripture. And I stand on that. So there you go. And you know what? That's New Testament. I'm waiting for Stacey Mobley to do it, but if Stacey Mobley doesn't want to do it, I'll have one of the Israelites do it.
I'll take the debate.
Plain and simple. Does God honor the LGBT community? Plain and simple.
I'll take that debate. You can tell, I don't care who it is. I'll take that debate anytime, right? Show you all through the text where the Lord don't deal with that. Hey, and with that, Brother Trevor, this is a great topic, man. I'm glad you're doing it, promoting not toxic, right, but knowledgeable masculinity. I appreciate you there, King. And
Peace, Cap. Peace, Cap.
Nice
Shout out to Eddie Israel in the building. Eddie Israel is another one that shout me out on Pause and Reflect. Eddie's the one who told me that it was my calling. If I could go behind the weeds. And I'll say this, because me and Kev gonna rock out. The Straight Talk Society, when we started this in March of 2023, I let a lot of dudes come over here and get their stuff off. A lot of dudes. I've had guys come over here and, you know, build up their brand basically off of the back of the Straight Talk Society. They don't shout me out in their channels, nothing, which is fine. But I just want you to understand. I want you to understand why I don't feel bad when I'm like, okay, I'm about to dip, because I give people, I always say, we do this because I let you get your shit off. You know, I didn't know Kev. I met Kev through this, and Kev is like a little brother to me. Kev has been to my house 2 times.
I'm actually older.
Huh?
I'm joking. I'm older. But
No, so you know what I'm saying? It's like I let these guys get their stuff off. They don't want to build their channels up, and they won't even turn around and say, "Hey, man, shout out to the bald head brother over there over on the Straight Talk Society." You know, but you know who do shout me out all the time? Eddie and the Men of God, Jansen, Duran. They always shouting us out in the chat and stuff like that. You see, that's all I'm saying, man. Just don't forget where you came from. As far as don't forget who helped you. Who is this female on the street? Mike so whipped.
That brother starving.
Oh, what a Mike, you get out of here, Mike.
Nah, change it back. You bugging.
Change it back. Why the hell you got MD up there? But shout out to Master Blaster. But these jokers don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I'll let you come over here and do like whole ass presentations and do all these debates and stuff like that. You go build up your channel and you won't even say what's up to me. You know what I mean? Is wickedness. I kind of feel like it's wicked, but you know, nevertheless, man, we're still gonna do our thing. Shout out to Big Money Mike in the building, just late as ever. What's up, Mike?
I ain't gonna lie to you. The Lord just did this for y'all because I was knocked out smooth. I woke up and I was like, "Oh, what happened?" I was like, "Oh, shit, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, snap, it's 6:15. Oh," and I just, yeah, bro, I was knocked out.
And I started at 5:30, so I started like real. Why you
I was debating myself.
Put the picture back up, man. That's a beautiful young lady, man.
There will be plenty of pictures throughout the show. You didn't see the last.
Okay, so
you didn't
he's
see the last MTX.
Okay, so just so y'all know, Mike is whipped right now. So you know, ain't nothing. Hey, I'm gonna tell you too. The best thing to be is whipped, especially in these times.
I'm not whipped, sir. I'm savagely lashed.
Mike sprung.
Hey man,
and happily so.
If you got a good one, man, you better hold on to him because
man, I got a great one. She relates to Tony.
You better hold on. So I do. Damn, I want to cap. I want to see his cap still in the chat, but I do have one more video that was just sent to me based on what we were just talking about. I do want to pull this up. So Mike, you didn't see the first video I showed, did you?
Bro, I woke up literally a minute and a half ago. No jokes.
All right, so let's I do want to bring this one up because this just goes in the vein of what we're talking about. And just for anybody that doesn't understand, yes, I don't think it's natural to be homosexual, but my main concern here is the kids. That's my main concern. That's what I'm talking about. So
don't think I sent you?
Oh, I don't know. Nah, well, man, you man.
Yeah, I know. You're right. I do. Yeah. Like 450.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zay in the building. If a grown man wants to be gay, that's fine. You know, as far as what he wants to be, that's what I'm saying. I'm not condoning it, but what I'm saying is, your kids don't have that choice.
Yeah, this sounds like the thing I sent you.
Your kids don't have a choice to be a woman if they're a man. That's not how that works. And you can call it what you want, but it's not. You know, it is what it is. But bums are exit only. Yeah, you're right about that. So that's all right. What I'm doing, I forgot how to do this. All right, let me pull this up because I was just sent this while we was talking about the first one, and Kev didn't want to touch it, but then he had so much to say. Shout out to Cliff in the building. What about the WNBA? What about the WNBA, Cliff? Let me know when you see it.
That's Lesbianville.
Yo, I like that.
That's a smooth suit.
Oh, that's a smooth suit. Okay. The headline says my husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom. So here we go.
What?
Uh-oh, what's going on?
Is
Unmute.
that a lace front? That's a boy?
Don't mess up that makeup, gather.
Hey, yo, is that a train?
Oh my God! You made him cry. Wait, let's let him fall on the floor. Let him fall. Let him fall on the floor. Oh, poor baby. Oh. Hold on. Get Mellow.
Yeah, enough of this crap.
What in the Dwayne Wade Magic Johnson was that?
Oh, where did all my comments go?
That
Period.
was bonkers. On period where
So Kev.
Well, he looks good. I can say that much.
Kev. Well, come on. And Kev, the topic of the show is, are black men letting the community down? Kev, when you see that, what come on, man. Just what you got on that?
Well, do you want to answer the truth?
I want the truth, Kev. What you mean?
you can't handle it. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, one, well, I like the fact that he's a father and he's got a family that actually love him and support him. That's good because there's been times in my life where I've met gay dudes or gay females, and their family either beat on them for being homosexual, or just throw them out on the street even at a young age where they can't even support themselves. So it is nice that they're keeping the family together. Although this is why I'm all about going towards homeschooling and keeping my kids away from the internet, because when it comes to like homosexuality, they all act the same. For the most part, they all act the same. They wear the same stuff, they act the same, they damn near look the same. And it's okay, well, you're getting these ideas from somewhere, and I doubt it's from the house, because the dad's all clean cut, bald head. He looks masculine, and okay, maybe it's from the mom, but to have a gown like that, I'm sure they got influence from the internet. So yeah, that when it comes to that, it's I don't think I'll allow my kids to go towards that until they're actually out the house, because it's I got to make sure I raise a masculine man that's going to be able to keep on the legacy. That's the way I see that.
Did the dad look happy? Mike, what are you rubbing like that?
He looked like he was reluctant, I'm not gonna lie, but still trying to be supportive, which I don't blame him. I'd probably be the same myself. I'm gonna be reluctant, but I'm that's my son, that's my kid.
So I think Mike sent me a video a couple of months ago. It could have been Mike or Ricardo, where a famous, it was a football player, a basketball player. People were criticizing him because he wouldn't let his son paint his nails. And I'm like, well, that's a righteous stand-up dude. He's not letting his son. You don't always listen. You can love the sinner and hate the sin. You don't always have to agree with everything. You don't always have to condone everything. If you could look at that guy's face and see that he would have rather been anywhere else than where he was, and especially that they put him on camera. You don't, there is such thing as saying no and being a stern father. I'm gonna be your father, I'm gonna love you, but I can't condone I can't condone this madness. Y'all thought it was a girl. This fool had on a full on, what do you call them, lace fronts?
Yeah, that thing was weird. I thought it was something totally different at first.
I think it was busting.
A crushed velvet dress And Kev, so one thing I do agree with you on, I do think that a lot of this, me and Zay used to always have this conversation, and Zay used to always say that he think that being gay in school is more so like a social flex. Like a lot of them do it just because it's the it thing, that is the end thing to do. You know, Mike, remember growing up, nobody wanted to be Haitian until being Haitian was cool. And then
That's a
everybody was
fact.
like, oh man, I'm a Zoe, you know,
That
with the Haitian
propaganda,
flag.
that propaganda was vicious, bro. They had people hating gay people for no reason.
Bro,
And hating Africans too. You African booty scratch. I'm like, for what? You don't even know no Africans.
We were rough back in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
but and then at one point it just snapped like that, and everybody was like, oh man, it's cool to be this now. And I kind of feel that that's kind of like it is. So I do agree with you to that effect, Kev. Like
Oh yeah, of course.
I probably wouldn't go as far as the homeschool. Well, you know, the way schools are now, I wouldn't mind homeschooling, but I do agree. I can't disagree with you at all when it comes to that.
Yeah, man, this ain't different than the emo phase. Like at one point, it was cool to be emo, paint your nails,
You said emo.
you know, black makeup, all that. It was cool until like it stopped being cool, and then people stopped doing it. So I think that's the same thing. We're in like the ratchet city girl era. Although I do think that's going away because all the real niggas and the real ratchets are going to jail and or dying. So it's like, okay, it's starting to die down. But yeah, this is all from the internet. It's all from TikTok.
Look what Zay says. My daughter went through a phase in middle school where she thought she was gay. But you know, hey, listen, boy, you say Zay name, boy, he just pop up. Mike, what do you think about that, man? At first, Mike, did the father look like he was comfortable being there?
Well, before that, I gotta tell, this is just a pillow my girl gave me from her house. Everybody asking me what I'm rubbing. I figured if y'all gonna call me whip, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for it.
This dude.
I don't care. And she got me the hat because, you know, my birthday's on Wednesday.
That's clean.
So, you know what I'm saying? She gave me the hat so I could be clean. Yes,
oh,
sir.
yeah, I did see that Mike is right. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Mike, well, I don't know if you want to say your birthday, but Mike do got a birthday coming up soon.
I
so
just said it, Negro. You ain't listening?
Well, you didn't say when, though.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
It's Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Hold on, Cap. I'm gonna play it. Because Mike is lucky enough to share the same birthday with the queen of the Straight Talk Society.
You feel me?
That's crazy. That man, somebody
my
who get on
twin.
the person who get on my nerves a lot, and somebody who I love. It's crazy that
he gets on your nerves like that.
You got the both opposite ends of the spectrum.
Hey, Nene, do not get on your nerves like that. Cut it out.
Hold on, I'm gonna play this video one more time for Cat. Oh, wait a minute. Nene said,
what
the latest popular artist Dosea from Tampa says that it's a red flag if a man is straight.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Goodness, bro. Like,
I saw that.
My goodness.
I want to give her a little bit of grace. I think she was trying to say that she's not in the straight man at the moment. So for her, a straight guy would throw her off. I feel like that's what she was trying to say, but the media took it, and the way she said it was kind of aggressive, and she's hot right now. So I want to give her a little grace because she's still young, and she's from Florida, and she's dark chocolate. I'm gonna let her. She do a couple thottish things I'm not a fan of, like walking around with the cheeks out. But I'm gonna try to give her a little grace.
Is that the girl that does the dance with Ashley Banks and Will Smith?
Yeah. Okay. That's her song. It's my anxiety. She's. Okay. You know what? Hold up, Nene. She's not beautiful. I'm gonna tell. I've been saying this for a long time, and I need to say it for everyone to hear.
You lost me.
You are not beautiful if you're only a 10 with makeup beating your face. You're not beautiful. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
You lost me.
Here we go.
I see. Hey, and Trevor, you know me. I never say this. I never go here, but I'm gonna go here. Give me a little pass. I've seen your wife with no makeup. I've seen Moon with no makeup. I've seen Mia with no makeup. I've seen my girl with no makeup. Those ladies are pretty. Those ladies are beautiful. These women that only look fantastic when they got they drag queen makeup on are not beautiful. I don't know what's wrong with people. I saw a picture of Shorty the other day, and I was like, this is not the one talking about my anxiety. What happened?
What is her
Look
name?
at her, huh?
What is her name? Oh, Dosea.
Bro.
Oh, okay, she look African. That's a pretty girl.
She's pretty. No, bro, go look up a picture with no makeup. She's okay. My problem is these women that are okay walking around acting like men and dusty. Boo boo, you dusty. You just got all your dust in the right place, in the right tone.
Mike trying to bring it there. Hey,
I got to, bro. I'm sick of these. I'm sick of these regular chicks walking around fives, looking at dudes who are fives like they ain't nothing. That's crazy to me.
Speaking of that, I do got a story that I want to go into next, but Cap wanted to see this video again.
All right, my bad.
Yep, just like SZA, everybody thinks she's fine, but she only look good with makeup. I don't know who that is. Like I know
that
my
is
daughter,
Cap.
I know my daughter likes her.
I'm gonna send you a song.
Is.
I'm gonna send you a Kendrick song today because you know I gotta make you listen to at least one Kendrick song a month. So I'm gonna send you a Kendrick song with SZA on. You like the last one? Cut it out.
Oh wait a minute. No, okay. So that's a song that my little one always be walking around here humming.
Which one?
Is a SZA and Kendrick unless they got more than one.
They got
probably Luther.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you probably talking about Luther. Yeah, that's her on Luther, but that ain't what I'm gonna send you. I don't like Luther because it get people play it too much. Once old white people sing something, I no longer listen to it.
So I agree with you, Bones. I'm never a fan of makeup. Like my wife didn't even wear makeup when we got married. I mean, you just see her. I mean, but she's fine anyway. So
I only saw her once. It was weird. She was giving me a sandwich, and I was like, "Oh shit, how'd that happen?" And she keeps posting these pictures of like a workout wall. It's weird. It's just her taking a picture of the wall. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm about to get on her for that. Let me play this video real quick.
Surprised his son by taking him to the prom.
Period.
Oh Lord. Yeah, let me talk about this.
Yep, nails done.
That makeup gather.
Eyebrows on fleek.
He's not smiling one bit. Yeah. I'm done.
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
I'm done.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give props to the dad because number one, you know he ain't want to be there. 1,000 women talked him into that. 1,000 women yelled at him, told him what a real man would do, and he showed up for his kid. So I'm gonna let that go. The thing I want everyone to notice is every single voice you hear in that video is a woman. Every single voice. Now I'm gonna talk about me a little bit now because I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to get any problems with other people. I'm really good at my gaydar is fire. Like everyone that knows me knows I could see a kid at 2 and be like, nah, bro, that kid different. And I've done it 4 or 5 times in my life to the point where my family looks at me and go, just don't tell anybody anymore. Don't tell anybody anymore. I picked out a couple and one kind of got the family mad at me, right? Until they realized, they're like, oh, nah, he right. Yeah, they gay as hell. And that person is now influencing my child. I can't help that. All I can say is, as a person that is now in that position where I have to make sure I show my daughter masculinity, make sure she knows what I think is the correct way to go. As a father, that's all you can do nowadays. It's not back in the day where I could grab my kid and be like, I'm going to drown the gay out of you. When they throw you in the river or something, like, get this gay about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them days are gone. The best you can do now is just to show what advantages and what morals live on this side. And if they choose the other side, the best you can do is what the dad did. Be there for your child. And hope it's a phase, because I can tell you what Kevin said. Kevin says a lot of things, and I don't agree with 98% of them. But But this thing being a fad, I can tell you from personal experience, I've watched a girl, and I thought it was a one-off. I watched a female get ran through by men, and then say, "Man, I'm tired of these Negroes. I'm gonna see what these girls is about," and jumped on the girl squad, and then in 2 months became a thought over there. And that's when me and them girls got cool. And they was like, I don't know what she thought. We the same over here too. We don't play them hoes. And I was like, wow, that's when I got cool with them. But I've learned through life, there's a long list of people who hop over that fence for attention. There's a list of people that hop over that fence because what's going on the other side of the fence is too difficult for them. There's a lot of people that hop over that fence because they not getting any traction on the side they on. I know a lot of young men who who Kevin will call incels, who've hopped that fence because on that side they a twink, or on that side they a bear. If you don't know what these words mean, you need some gay friends and they'll teach you some stuff. I'm not here to teach you, but hey, I got some gay friends. I don't know what to tell you. So they hop over that side because it's easier to get attention and affection on that side for them. Now, I can tell you from my own experience that I've had plenty of gay men try to holler at me, and never once has it ever felt good. Well, hold on, I'll take that back. It's made me feel like, what? Oh, okay, thank you. But I've never felt like, ooh,
Man, felt
this
bubbly.
is something. Huh?
Where are we going? Like, what the hell?
I'm
Yeah, that's
saying,
what I'm saying.
let me get there. I'm trying to, because Trevor's already locked into his corner and Kevin's locked into his corner. I got to give a well-rounded version. I've had men come at me. I've had a guy, I tell a famous haircut story about Ivory. You know the story, where I was getting my hair cut and then his boyfriend came and beat him up. I remember that one? That story was hard. Shout out to Ivory in Lauderdale. But I've never in my life seen another man and been like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So I can't fathom jumping a fence, but maybe for them it's so, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I can understand being born gay. I can't understand jumping a fence. So
I was gonna ask you that. So you said that because you mentioned a 2-year-old. So you believe that people are born gay?
I think some people come out with a natural predisposition for liking the same sex. I think there are some people that can like both, and then it just solidifies on one side due to the attention they receive. Like, I tell people all the time, my auntie hit me with her titty when I was 6. And she hit me like 4-5 times in a group full of women, and no one did anything. And all I know is after the titties hit me, I wanted to see titties. That's all. And I promise you, I'm not joking. My auntie, she knows she did it. I've accosted her as an adult. I said, you baby molested me. And she laughs because in Jamaica, I guess it's nothing. But she hit me in the head 4, 5, 6 times. And my mom was like, leave my baby alone. And all I knew was I wanted them titties back on me. They were soft and delicious. And I was so happy to grow up and realize she wasn't my blood auntie. So I felt way less worse. But you vibe off of what makes you feel good. So maybe somebody could have went both ways and then a guy showed him I don't know. All I'm saying is I've seen people 2 years old who I looked at as a 2-year-old and said they gay as hell. And they did not have gay parents. They had Jamaican parents. And then their Jamaican parents tried to fight me. My family will tell you. They tried to fight me like, oh, I called mama, man. I might pick the attack, sir. And I said, sir, I'm just telling you because I'm still a kid. I'm telling you what I see. And then when he got older and they looked at him and they looked at me, they was like, hey, man, we just want to apologize. You know, so I was like, hey, bro, I understand. I do understand, especially for Jamaicans because we the last of the Mohicans. Jamaicans don't play that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Kev, do you think people are born gay?
I'll be right back after I answer that, but
yo, I want to say he running quick.
No, I'll answer. That's a difficult question because I've actually met like hermaphrodites, so like girls who actually look like a girl, like on the outside.
That is not a hermaphrodite, Kevin.
Whatever.
A hermaphrodite has both genitals.
Yeah, a Hermie has both.
Like a girl that actually looks like a girl, but she has like both
No,
parts.
a girl
No,
that
that's
looks
not
like a
a
girl
that's not
not
a
a Hermie.
hermie. A hermie has both organs.
That's what
A
I'm
Hermie
saying.
has a penis and a vagina.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
She
not what
looks
you're
like a
saying.
girl, like she's got titties, big titties, and then she's got both parts. So like on the outside, she looks like a girl, but she's got both parts. You follow? So yeah, I've seen situations like that. So if she was confused growing up, I mean, I can understand.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, and then when it comes to like people who are like born that way, it's like you can kind of tell when they're younger. You can kind of tell. But at the same time, it's difficult to really say that because you can kind of train someone. I gotta watch my.
No, you're
I gotta
right.
watch
You
what I gotta
can.
say.
I agree.
Just say it.
I'ma
Just
just
say
say
it. Just
Yeah, I
say
feel
it.
like you can train someone to be like homosexual. To be honest, like let's look at prison. You can go to prison. You surrounded by men for most of your life, and then you come out, you know, doing a bunch of things that you probably wouldn't do if you're on the outside. So yeah, I could see you being trained to do that.
Pillow has
And then
magical
also,
powers.
we gotta talk about like all the estrogen that's out there. So like in your food products, and your
I knew you were gonna go there.
Yeah, see, I knew he was gonna go there, and this is where I agree with him. I'm shocked. God, see, now I want to have this conversation. I'm shocked that Mike thinks you could be born gay, but I want to move on to the next thing because this I feel like we're gonna go somewhere dangerous on this.
Hold on, Trevor. How do you know it was a hermaphrodite, Kev? Did you see pictures? Did you see it close?
Told me.
Huh?
Nah, she just told me.
Oh.
Man, that ain't. Man, people tell people stuff all the time. You tell Kendrick is black, and I know he's not.
So let me ask you this. You did you guys ever watch Empire? Or not even Empire. I'm just using Empire because I know that there was a scene in the show where with the gay son Jamal, and they did all the flashbacks. They would show where he was playing dress up. Hell, Dwayne Wade even mentioned when he was growing up, he used to wear his dresses and stuff like that. So as far as the training thing, and you know what too, I bet when he did it and they caught him doing it, nobody ever told him to stop. They said it was cute. I'm not gonna ever say that anybody could be born gay, and the reason being because I can't get outside of creation, and I don't think our perfect God ever made them that way. I think something in life caused them to be that way. Like even as a child, you were touched or something like that. I think that there's always some type, because Mike even brought it up. You have women that have all these kids, and then tomorrow, I don't like men no more. They were hurt by those men. Their pain caused them to go that way. It's not that they wanted to be that way. Their pain brought them there.
Hey, Trev, did God made Adam and Eve, correct?
Yes.
Did God make what's their kid's name? Golly, I'm not old.
You trying to make the Adam and Steve joke?
No. What's their kid's name?
Cain and Abel? I don't know.
Cain and Abel. Did God make Cain and Abel, or did Adam and Eve make Cain and Abel?
Adam and Eve made Cain and Abel.
Okay, so God made the originals, and throughout the history of time, humanity has been further and further away from divine creation.
But no, I give you that. I give you that.
So you can be born without.
But no, you can't. No, you can't be born. Because I forget. I forget what's your man. See, now y'all make me want to just pull up the Bible. But it says that God. I see Brother Ash in the building. Hey man, y'all drop it in there where God gave them over to their own lust. He gave them over to a reprobated mind. He gave them over to their own vain lust. He didn't create them like that. He didn't create them like that. He gave them over to their own vile affections.
I will tell you this, and then we gotta stop because we're gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Brother Akash, there are gay animals that I've seen smash each other. I've seen it.
Oh, you Donald Trump now to get the
I'm not.
The transvestite mice.
Hey, that is still hilarious. That is still hilarious. When I found out that he was trying to say transient, but he was so dumb he said I died. But anyway,
trans mice.
He's so stupid. And they're trans mice in prison.
Okay.
Oh, he's an idiot. But there are gay animals. They're gay birds. They're gay. So there's gay cats. There's a whole and we didn't do that. Human beings, we didn't do that. There are gay animals in the wild. We didn't do that. There's a story about 2 gay lions who found each other after whatever the hell, and they just went on and lived their life and then died together. So, like I said, God made Adam and Eve, and then the human chromosome was going downhill ever since. And now you add in all the stuff that Kevin says, all the stuff that's in the food, the hormones, the blah, blah, blah. Hey, look at it this way. Where are most gay people found? I think in the first world country, right?
Yeah.
Where all the stuff, where all the pollutants are.
Yeah, where all the banned foods and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you think that's what it is, then there's a reason right there.
But
I
then
do believe you're born with it.
Again, that goes back to my original point when we started the show, and I said that in order to kill off a race of people, you got to cut off their ability to reproduce. And how else would you do it if you don't lock them up? You don't delete them. You turn them again. You turn them and make them lovers of themselves.
I don't disagree.
And how do you push it? You push it over to black pulpits. Because I started watching this channel, this All Things Theology channel, and this guy shows some of these preachers. And if you hear some of the sermons that these guys are preaching, you'd be like, man, I need every Israelite camp in America to mount up and invade these churches and kick them the hell out of here, because this is absolute garbage that they're feeding these people. Man, see, now y'all about to get me in the rant. All right, Kev, you say you got to go, or
I don't know. I just gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, all right. Let me read some of these comments, man. Black Storm Ministries. I have a sister going through transition. I no longer speak freely on this topic. Oh man, so
that's something I'll never stop. I always speak freely.
I was supposed to talk to a person that was going through the transition, and I had the pre not debate. I had the pre-interview. I did like a pre-interview with him. And everything was cool. And then all of a sudden he backed out at the last minute. And that was the one rare time where I let somebody dictate to me the questions that I was going to ask him, because I don't do that. But I'm like, okay, just so I can get the interview, I'm going to do it. And then at the last minute, he backed out. Ricardo says a little sugar in the tank is what they would say back in the day. Absolutely. There was a message by Jackie I wanted to read, because I don't think Jackie understood what was going on. He said, there are certain lines a father is not going to cross. Yes, he loves his daughter. Yeah, Jackie, but that was his son. That wasn't his daughter. Jackie, that was a boy.
Oh, that was funny.
That was a boy, Jackie.
That's
I am a boy, Damon. That was a boy. Oh my goodness. Oh,
our generation ain't nothing. Oh,
Master Blaster. I think Master Blaster is. I think I know who Master Blaster is.
Isn't that Maria?
Yeah, I think that's Maria G. Hiding. Master Blaster says, or don't go near the fence and just wait for marriage. Well, unfortunately, nobody's waiting for marriage anymore. That's another conversation we can have. Shout out to TNT in the building. Let me see. Black Storm Ministries also is my favorite sibling, and I don't want to push them away in case someday they come back to the Most High. That's a very interesting. So as harsh as I am, and y'all know I have 2 cousins as gay. I mean, if you ever listen to my podcast, I interviewed them.
I got love for the real Kevin out there.
Yeah, I have 2 cousins as gay, and I don't love them any less, even though they know I don't approve of their lifestyle. My overwhelming point was about the kids, because I'm not going to tell a grown man or woman what they should or shouldn't be. That's their decision. But as far as when it comes to the kids, I think it's your responsibility as a parent to train them up in the way that they should go. My daughter knows that only mommies and daddies kiss, and she's been knowing that since she was 3. Like she'll come to you and she's like, only mommies and daddies kiss, and I'm like, that's right, baby, because she knows. That's because it's my job to put that in her. Like that's my job.
Not everybody has that. Not everybody has that. That's why you keep it under one house.
Yeah, well, but there go another problem again. Yep. Our black men letting the community down. I mean, it's funny, Mike. It always comes back to that question. Mike just said not everybody has that under the same roof, and it comes right back to the question. Why aren't they? And the cap came up here and said, hey, sometimes the man wants to be in the house, but the woman took the welfare instead. We know that's what Lyndon B. Johnson pushed.
Facts.
That's what they pushed. And that's they were like, hey, we'll give you this, and this. The only caveat, you can't have a man in the house. And they was like, all right, well, to hell with him.
You remember that movie your lady made us watch? That little TV series?
Which one?
It was when we were trying to start off the TV show. And she sent us, it was right after we watched the one about the girl who was, oh my God, where's Nene? She sent us one and it had like,
okay. She had y'all watch that show with the friends and then y'all reviewed it.
Right. And then after that, she sent us another one. And the first topic was when they gave us welfare and made the lady choose the family and welfare over the husband and kicked him out the house. That thing stuck with me forever.
Wayne has a story that he tells. He tells it so perfect, though. It's just a little story that he always goes to. He's like, hey, I'm gonna tell you a scenario, and if I did this, and this, and then I put you in this situation, what are you gonna choose? And he was like, they chose to put the man out. But the way he says it is so smooth. Let me see. That pillow has magical powers. Yeah, he been he crazy, man. Let me see. Trained or forced? That's a good question. That may be to what Kev was saying about earlier about the kids. I think. Oh, Keela says she's never seen it. Listen, Keela, have you at least watched Coming to America by now? Or which movie?
Keela.
Which movie did she say she didn't watch?
You broke my heart.
It was Harlem Nights. It was one of them black classics she didn't see. Let me see. Jesse Smollett, where is he now? Yeah, Jesse, nowhere.
Juicy Smouye.
So Kev says, and Captain Nazariah said the scripture I was talking about was in Romans. Let me see. Why are you gay? Hold on. Wait a minute. Master Blaster, why are you gay? Ugandan interviewer is one of the funniest lines in all of YouTube. I think I saw that.
What, the Asian guy?
With an African guy.
Oh, nah.
Let me see. But the Greeks, so the you know, a lot of this came from Greece. You know, this alternative lifestyle. Fire God Gabariah said God made y'all wrong, made all y'all wrong. That's what I don't believe. That's just me. And then we can, like I said, Stacy's supposed to do a presentation on this. You know, I need to reach out to Stacey. I haven't heard from Stacey in a while. I want to reach out to him because I think he'll do this. He won't be as hard on it as we would. Like, we'll come at it with piss and vinegar. He'll do it, kind. So, so that's what I'm trying to, see what's up when he's gonna do it. So Keela says she haven't watched it, but it's on her list. Oh, Keela, you crazy. That's crazy. All right. So let's get to this other thing. Kev said he was making a call. So a story, I saw a story and I thought it'd be very interesting to bring it up. This comes from Psychology Today. And I think I heard this, I heard this on the Dan Le Batard show. And then I went and looked it up. And I'm like, oh my God, this would be perfect for Man Talk Monday. So this comes from Psychology Today. And the topic is, what's behind the rise of lonely single men? So lonely men are on the rise. Men need to address their deficits to meet healthy relationship expectations. So dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as the relationship standards rise. Men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances for matches. That's glaring that we're outnumbered so much, but men are 62% of the users. That's crazy. Men need to address skills deficits to meet healthier relationship expectations. So from those three keys, Mike, dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as relationship standards rise. And we know what they mean by relationship standards. They're talking about the money.
You didn't finish the question.
Yeah, what was the question?
No, I'm telling you the statement. That was a statement made. That was this guy's first key point. That dating opportunities for heterosexual men diminish as relationship standards rise. So from that statement, do you guys agree with that?
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you
it's talking out his ass. Go ahead.
I don't know if anybody saw the Tate Fist Politics show from last week. It was a mini MTM and it drove MD crazy, which made it hilarious for me. Thank you, Master Blast. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Your boy out here pulling them goodies. You hear me? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
How the hell she put up with you? Is that like seriously? You got a pretty girl too. Like I see if a booger wolf probably will put up with you because she's like, all right, well, I need
Trevor,
something. You got that pretty girlfriend. That's how she put up with you.
Trevor, you've seen the women I pull, so you know only pretty girls pull up with me.
That man talking facts.
And you see the hat.
Maybe it's just me that I don't know.
Hat round 2. You see the hat. My second birthday present. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm. That man pillow talking with his pillow. Yep.
Come on. Come on. From fresh out of her bed, sir.
Uh-huh.
So she was like, hold this for me. I'm like, I'm taking it. She's like, okay. So, all right. So I'm going to tell you this. On the show, I said a comment that had a bunch of people actually hit me up after the show, which was funny. But I want to make sure I say it right. The problem is nobody wants to not be a 10. That's the problem with relationships. It used to be where a girl would be a 6 or a 7 and be comfortable in who she is, make herself more well-rounded, have a better personality, have a better outlook on life, learn how to play dominoes, learn how to play Mario Kart, learn like football, and then dudes would be like, man, that might be me right there, bro. Those days have changed. That's when relationships were great because there was room for everybody. Now there isn't. Now there's only room for the top. If you're not a man in the top tier of what women consider men to be, there is no relationships for you. You have to have something. I myself am lucky. I have the gift of gab. Trevor is lucky. He has a studious back, and he used to have a beard, and his head is shiny, so they don't need reflectors to get that solar energy. He's got to stand outside and the house light up. He good. Kevin is fine because he looks like he won't do anything to anybody, but he'll break a dude's jaw. So a girl's like, oh my gosh, I got a Furby that'll kill people. So Kevin's fine. And Wayne just sounds like he'll do something, so he ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Wayne solid, he got that thing on him. You feel me? But but you have to have something now. Before, there were women who would look at men who were just good providers or just a good guy, and he would have a shot. They'd be like, man, you know Clarence from up the street. He's a good guy. And the old people be like, you better give that good man a chance. And then they realize, oh my gosh, it was Clarence all the time. Those days don't happen anymore. A woman will look and go, man, I can have a good life with Clarence. And then her friend will go, heifer, you want a good life or a great life in Dubai with me, bitch? And then all of a sudden, Clarence is by himself. And these chicks are getting doodled on by a sheik. Because that's what life is now. That's what romance is. What? There's nothing. It's all about money. Yeah, I know. You know, that's my favorite part of the show. Like getting Trevor to be like, yeah, you better get him, Mike. And then him going, good Lord, why did Mike say that? That's literally my favorite part of the show. I only show up here to make Trevor make that face. I promise you, if any of you wonder why Mike is always here, that face is it. I need to get a screenshot of it. No cap. So the problem is, it isn't that there aren't viable options, it's that women have dried up the options. Women don't. All right. Women don't see men that are beneath 8s as options. It's very few. So that's why it looks like it's dry out here. It ain't dry. It's the same amount of people that's always been out there. It's just there used to be a girl who was ugly who would look at a dude who was ugly and be like, man, maybe we could work. Now that girl who's ugly get some hair weave, get some makeup, and then go try to holler at Chris Brown. That's the difference. All right, I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, Kevin.
So wait a minute, because hold on, I want to read this from Ricardo. Ricardo says men need to learn the art of seduction. Men also need to focus on themselves or go get a sex toy, because nowadays these females' high expectations are too high. So hold on, I do want to say this. So Mike brings up Clarence, and normally they want Clarence after they're ran through and have the multiple kids. But I will say this, that I just was having this talk with somebody, I don't know who the hell it was, but we can't let societies fool us, because again, there are more regular girls still. Well, I'm not gonna say regular girls because it kind of play them down. More good girls that still like us regular normal guys than we like to give credit to. Because a lot of what we see, a lot of our views are based off of what we see online, unfortunately. We always talk about the loud vocal minority, so, but most of the world isn't like that, because you look in your circle, Mike. How many of your friends, of all the girls how many, if you know 10 girls, how many of them are actually like that all they care about is the money and hot girl summer and this and that? How many out of 10, the first 10 that you could think
about
of?
Mike right now or Mike in his 30s?
Now.
Oh no, Mike has excommunicated those thoughts. I do not let thoughts in my circle. Just like Trevor don't let deadbeats and dad
Why are you capping on here?
stick around their kids. I don't let thoughts in my circle. Matter of fact, the last thought that was anywhere near my circle. Kevin, you know her. You know that Jamaican girl who has the ribbon right above her butt.
Yeah, I was about to say, be honest.
No, that's the last one, and you know how long ago that was.
But none though. So
Zero,
if you had a whole pie chart, then you batting 100. Kev, how about you? Of all the women that you know, how many of them actually are like these hot girl summers? I want a man that's making all this money and this and that, and I'm going to bring absolutely nothing to the table. I think he just sent me a video earlier. Had a black girl, pretty black girl, married to a white guy, and he was talking about like how they split their money and stuff like that. And like I had to stop watching it because I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. Like this guy was giving her, it was like he had to give her like a $20,000 allowance, and he had to pay for everything. He covered all the vacations. He does everything. That's not a relationship. That's a friggin' 401k plan.
And like 2025, that's the relationship.
Retirement plan.
Love.
That's a retirement plan. Like how many like who the hell could really be happy in something like that? The man for damn sure ain't gonna be happy. Let's put it that way.
Kevin, Trevor, you're missing the point. These women, when they're at that point, they're not looking for happiness. They're looking for comfort and they're looking for money. They get these clearances to get the money, and then they divorce them. They get their money, and then they go back looking for Pookie. It's the cycle. And that's why men are so afraid, because you were right. There's a whole bunch of good girls out there. But I'm going to tell you something about good girls. You know what about good girls? Good girls don't be outside like that. Good girls only go outside once in a while with their homegirl, or their homegirl they call their sister. We going to do our little thing, or we're going to go to brunch, or we're going to do this. Good girls don't be places where good dudes be. Those places don't exist anymore. Used to meet a girl in the library. Used to meet a girl at the little get together. Oh, I meet her at Trevor's Juneteenth party. Oh, I meet her. Them days, those meetup spots don't exist anymore.
But this thing is saying though 60%, 62% of men on the dating apps is 62% of the users are men. That's hard to believe, especially that women outnumber men by so much.
Well, you have to remember, most women look at dating apps as a game. They're not really serious. I know women that, not just one. I know women that go on the dating app just to see all the guys that like them and then swipe and go, no, no. I just wanted to see if he would go for it. No, I'm good. I know women that do that. They do it just for the ego boost and then move on with their day.
I did see that, what happened with Simon and Portia. Man, Portia, man, she took that man like took that man to the cleaners. Kev, 62% of men, according to this Psychology Today, are dating app users. What do you think about that? Like, okay, and then I want to get to my next question. So this man is saying, and let me see, Nathan, what's his name? Nathan Cowley, and this comes from Psychology Today. So he's saying men need to address skills deficits to meet healthier relationships expectations. So he outright like, y'all men can't, which I partly agree with him, because we always talk about it on this show. Men of today, and again, it comes back to the dad not being there to teach him. Men today, and this is across the board, don't know how to talk to women because they spend so much time on social media that when they actually have to have a woman in front of them, they can't hold a decent conversation with them.
You guys are all making excuses. You're making excuses for men for why they can't get cooch. You got to stop doing that, bro. You got to stop doing that. If you want to spend all your time online trying and hoping that somebody will swipe right on you, then keep doing what you're doing. And just remember, Pamela is always going to be with you, because that's pretty much what you're trying to point your trajectory towards. When I think of that, I think of how guys are so shy and so antisocial that they'll just go to work and go home. Because Mike is saying that good women are not outside, but that's cap. Because good women are all over the place. Target, grocery stores, the doctor's office, on the streets. When you're at the traffic light, you can look on your left and you can be like, oh, she's kind of cute. They're everywhere.
I'm about to hurt you, Kevin.
They're everywhere. Okay,
that's not what I said.
Good women be outside.
I said they don't be in places where good guys are. You should listen to the complete statement.
Do good women not go to the grocery store?
You can't holler at most women at a grocery store.
Why not?
This is what I'm talking about.
They don't like it. I'm dead serious. They be like, I'm out and I'm just trying to shop. Why are you talking to me? They think it's creepy now.
It's creepy because you're creepy. How about that? Maybe you're just creepy.
First of all,
how about that?
Ain't no woman ever called. Okay, that was that one time, but ain't no other woman ever called me creepy. And why
are you telling
Nini's
other men
right? We're not at Target.
Say that again.
Nini's right. We don't go to Target. It's a ban. We don't go to Target.
I go to Target. I don't care.
We know
Target,
you ain't down for the culture.
BJ's, Costco.
Hey, I'll still go to Target if I have to. I mean,
I don't.
I'm about my. That Target ban was called by Jamal Bryant. I ain't following him nowhere. That guy is a clown. I'm not following him nowhere. So if I need something from Target, I'm going to Target. Damn it.
Facts. Target be having black products. You telling me to boycott the place that's supporting black business? Freak out.
So now what Nini told me is that they're trying to get
over.
rid of some of them.
They try to get rid. They buy them out to get rid of them.
Because nobody buying their products. I don't.
I do. Discussion. You see, I just posted goodies. I'm getting nothing but goodies from Walmart now.
Yeah, I'm not. If I got to go to Target, then I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna go. Well, with me, I'm gonna go wherever my dollar gonna stretch the most. But so Kev, you younger. It's normally your generation. So listen. Shout out to CT Fleming's in the building. Listen to what this guy wrote though. He said younger and middle-aged men are the loneliest they've ever been in generations. And it's probably going to get worse. This is not my typical rosy view of relationships, but a reality nonetheless. Over the last 30 years, men have become a larger portion of that growing group of long-term single people. And while you don't actually need to be in a relationship to be happy, men typically are happier and healthier when partnered. Now, we on this show always talk about, hey, you're gonna be 50 years old and single with a cat. But now here you go. This guy is telling you that men are now starting to fit that bill. And then he goes on to say, here are 3 broad trends in relationship landscapes that suggest heterosexual men are in for a rough road ahead. And a lot of it. So I do want to read his skills deficit. So he says skills deficits for men. This means a relationship skills gap that, if not addressed, will likely lead to fewer dating opportunities and longer periods of being single. There's less patience for poor communication skills. The problem for men is that emotional connection is the lifeblood of healthy long-term love, and it requires all the skills that families still are not consistently teaching young boys. So it goes, man. It always
blaming women.
It always no, he's not blaming the women though. It always come back to the title. It always does.
Oh, okay.
My dad raised me, so I'm gonna say I can Mac. I probably can't Mac no more because I've been married for 13 years. But if I need be, I could pull out some rap game because my dad raised me. My dad taught me what to say, what to do, how you woo a woman, how you know what you do on dates, and my dad taught me all that. Who's teaching a lot of these boys?
Excuse me. First and foremost, how dare you, sir? I had 3 dads and none of them taught me how to holler at girls, but I still figured it out because I'm that guy.
Right.
My flirt game is second to none.
Mm-hmm.
My birth father died when I was 3 months old. My first stepdad died when I was 6. And my third one is just a provider. He's never been the kind of person to have a conversation with you. So I had to teach myself. And I taught myself well, sir. Your brother would tell you, but he ain't on the show, but he can tell you what happened at Incredible Universe. You know how my swag get down. I don't know what y'all trying to say. My swag is on point, and I ain't had nobody teach me. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all ain't gonna have us out here looking crazy. It ain't because men don't have no daddies that they can't talk to girls. Some dudes are just scared. Some dudes hey, I'm not gonna say her name.
Mike, they wasn't always like that, Mike. That's what I'm saying. They wasn't always like
been
that.
like this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You used to be a dork back in the day, and a girl would give you a shot. Used to be corny, and there'd be one girl be like, I'm gonna see what's up with him. That girl don't exist no more, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, Mike,
me and you went to school. Me and you went to elementary school and middle school together. We would always be in a clique, and if we saw the girl that we wanted to holler at, we're gonna be like, hey, go tell such and such that I like her. You'll go over there, or somebody will be the wingman, and you'll go set it up, and then you give the sign. The next man go over there and do what he got to do.
And guess what happens now?
It was inherent in us. Guess
what happens now?
Second nature.
Now, those women who go, okay, tell me to come talk to me, they go, ew, ain't nobody talking his secondhand ass. If he wanted to talk to me, he should have came and said something himself. Now I ain't got nothing to say to none of you niggas. And then they walk off because women are different.
Right. Women now have 3 vaginas. That's how evolved they are. Mike, stop with the negativity, man. Stop.
Crazy, man.
I don't know what to tell you.
You've been on this podcast talking about women are this and that. Now you got a picture of your girl.
Yeah.
And her hat and her pillow.
Yeah.
You were the dude talking negativity, bro.
Because I got a good one. My girl ain't the type to play around like that. My girl saw what she wanted, and she came for the kill. She's a great white, sir.
Good.
She told me, you know what she does? What makes her different than most women that I've ever talked to?
Go ahead.
There is a intention. There's not I'm gonna play cool, or because I've never been the type of guy that's like, I'm gonna get her number and call her 3 days. I ain't never been that dude. If I got your number on Monday, expect some text on Tuesday, because they coming. If I think you cute, I think you cute, and I'm gonna let you know I like you or whatever. My girl the type that if I got her number on Monday, when I'm ready to text her on Tuesday, she texts me at Monday 11:59. Like, nigga, what's taking you so long? Like, that's how she is. And there is nothing better than to get that attention, that quote unquote, hey, I don't know how you feeling, but I like you, so what's up? That feeling from a woman, because for a man, it's difficult because you want to push, but if you push too hard, you're creepy. If you don't push hard enough, well, I didn't think he was interested. If you come on too strong, you're whoa. If you try to be protecting, you're controlling. If you try to be this way, you're something. It ain't cap. I watch people say it all the time. People say
as
it
long as she
all the
likes
time.
you, there's things that she'll what's the word? She won't regard it, even if you're too scared or whatever.
Hey, I don't know what video game you live in, but that ain't how the women are out here. You really think no.
You dated every woman out here?
Kevin thinks that what a man does will 100% dictate what a woman does. No, nigga. I know women who wanted to sleep with me. No, I'll take it back. I'll say it another way. I know more than one woman who said, ew, I can't stand EXO. Well, that's my old nickname. I can't stand Mango. Mike ain't ish. And then slept with me the same night. I know women who thought I was ugly who slept with me the same week. I know women who thought I was the ish who decided they wasn't giving me none. Women do what women want to do. It don't matter what we not gonna dictate. The most we can do is try to sway her in a direction, but if she don't want to, she not going to. I don't care how masculine, I don't care how confident, I don't care how fly you think you are. If she decides you ain't getting none, you ain't getting none, my nigga. I don't know what this world you live in when you think you dictate it. You don't. You don't.
That's a great sentiment. So instead of putting your energy towards what women are all about, you should be putting it towards the men. We're talking about how men are on these dating apps and not trying to better themselves to go get a girl. Okay.
That was not the question.
In my notepad, hold on. In my notepad, I had to write this down to make sure I say it on this show. But I was in Publix. I was trying to get myself a nice Publix sub, a veggie bean burger sub. And in front of me was a dude with his girl, his big girl. And he was a big dude himself. And I looked down, this nigga was sagging, and I see doo-doo stains on his drawers. I'm like, what? In 2025, this happened in February 19. I put notes in my notepad. I got the timestamp and everything. These are the type of niggas you want going out here to try to hit up a girl, and then when she denies him or doesn't give him her number, you're gonna say she's stuck up. Well, how about you take a shower? I'm over here struggling, trying to come up with ends meet, doing Uber, doing Lyft. You know how many dirty niggas come in my car, stinking up my joint? These are the ones you're saying that women are different now. Women are different now.
Hey, I want everyone to realize
his fault for stinking, for not taking a shower before he even comes out.
Oh my gosh!
I want everyone to realize the game.
People use alcohol as a crutch.
Kevin is playing the game. Michael ain't saying nothing about doo-doo drawers. Michael ain't saying nothing about stinking. Kevin is inventing people to make look bad. Because if you come out the house with doo-doo drawers, I'm going to be like, ew, you're disgusting. Kevin knows.
Did you want me to take a picture?
No, why would I want to take a picture? I'm saying these are people you're inventing. That's fine.
Inventing. It happened in February. What are you talking about?
No, you're inventing in the argument. I never brought these people up. You did. I never said those people. And let's be clear. Homeboy with the doo-doo drawers already got a girl.
So that's on her.
You just said it.
That's on her.
That's on her.
Exactly.
But she accepts his doo-doo draws. So why are you coming on this podcast talking about, oh, women have these standards? She's dating a nigga with doo-doo in his drawers in public. What we talking about, Mike?
I said good women.
I'm putting down women, bro.
Yo, this is the problem with Kevin.
Better.
That's the problem with Kevin.
Just like how you're doing better. That's how you're doing better. You got this beautiful queen who's bringing out Mike is right hats. You went out there, you improved yourself, and you found her. That's it. That's what you should be saying. All right,
let's be clear.
You know what's funny? I was in the mall and this guy was hollering at this girl, and the first thing he asked was, "What's her IG?" He didn't ask her name. He didn't ask. He went straight up to her and asked her, "What's her IG?" And then and there, I was like, "Yeah, I don't belong in this in this scene anymore. I do want to read this from CT Fleming's. The problem is dudes just scared to fail. So you need to listen to pause and reflect, because that got to be my reoccurring thing, that men are so afraid to fail. Another comment from CT Fleming's: if you holler at a girl, if you holler at 10 girls and none of them want you, guess what? Holler at 10 more. It's really just a numbers game.
Hey, that's a fact.
They outnumber us by so much.
He's right. Hey, I want to say this. Let me get this quick thing off, and then I'll shut up. I'm gonna let it go. There was this girl I thought was cute, right? I thought she was cute. I wanted to holler at her. I told a friend of mine, 2 friends of mine, I said, hey, go try to talk to this girl for me, because I'm not around her, but let her know I dig her and I want to talk to her. So 2 of my friends, they both said they went and they did whatever they did, and they told Shorty, here's his number, right? Shorty didn't call me for months. And then after I saw her again, was like, oh, yeah, I was kind of interested. Was that my fault, Kev?
That was your fault. You didn't apply pressure.
How? I just told you she wasn't around me. How could I apply pressure?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying, people? He's just talking to talk. That's exactly my point.
Did you call her that same day?
The day I never got her. Yo, he don't even listen. She got my number.
Oh, she got your number. Oh,
yes. Go ahead to the next thing, Trevor. Go ahead to the next thing.
Ricardo says, just sad these nowadays men need to step their game up. So E put a comment in there. Wait a minute. So wait, being married makes you lose your rap game. So now E, I'll tell you, this is strictly for me, nobody else. When you're married, you do lose some things, and it's actually a conversation that need to be had. I want some couples to and I'm throwing this out there for any couples that want to join this. We could do this as a future panel. I want couples from different levels, like new couples that got like 20 plus years in the game. Jackie got 40 years in the game. So Jackie, I definitely like you to be on there, but just like what happens, how do you keep it like how it was? Because I mean, to talk about rap game, I used to have rap game. I remember the first date me and my wife went on, bro, her grin was from here to here, like, because I just kept her laughing and kept her smiling with my conversation. And sometimes as you get older, and like I said, come April, we'd have been married for 13 years. Sometimes you don't realize that you're losing that stuff. Even and one thing, boy, and people don't like to admit it, because I admit it because I'm an open book. When you have kids, shit be different. Kids are like the best thing in the world, but they do throw you off some. Like they throw you out of whack sometimes. Sometimes you're not, because you become so focused on the kid that you forget about your woman. And I've felt guilty to that a lot of times. See, I can always say that because that's the type of dude that I am. So I'd love to have that type of conversation with a bunch of couples to really break this down, because I believe that you do lose. It's like use it or lose it, basically. When you the deeper you get in a relationship, if the same thing that you used to get them is the same thing you got to use to keep them. Me and my wife just had this conversation last night. She was like, how come most men, when they cheat on you, is normally with an uglier girl? And I told her straight up, I said, because the ugly girl is doing what you won't do. And that's just the bottom line.
That's why booty exists.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's like, women cheat emotionally. Men cheat because it just be about the physical. For the most part, some men,
it's emotional. Let's stop.
No, Kev, not the overwhelming majority. I'm not saying all.
Get him, Kev.
I'm not. Now get out of here, Mike. Not all. not all men cheat emotionally. A lot of men literally cheat just because it's a physical thing. It's let
him say that, Kev. I just want to sit Kev on you because you let him get on me last time.
Look at
I'm
that.
gonna
So
finish
here
the
goes
point.
Jackie, boy. You call Jackie name. Jackie say it's a commitment. It's a love, it's a loyalty, it's dedication to one another. You don't seem so much. You don't seem so much. You witness. Oh, you've seen so much. You witness so much together. Jackie been married. I think Jackie been married. How many years, Jackie? I think Jackie been married longer than I've been alive. Like that's crazy. Now I'm 45. Like to think of somebody being married for more than 40 years is insane. Like because I know what marriage is, and that's not some easy like, hey, I love this car and I'm gonna keep it till it can't ride anymore. It's like you dealing with somebody's emotions, you're dealing with somebody's faults, you're dealing with all type of shit, man. It's crazy, but we definitely got to get into that. Damn,
You should
see Mike with a show. June 30th will be 40 years. So 40 years, July 30th. 40 years. That's crazy. Let's do this. Let's do this because I thought Wayne was going to be here, and then we started. Mike got to work late. We and y'all let me rant because you know what happened when you don't come to work on time. I get the ranting, and then it go in a whole different direction. But I do want to bring up one statistic for my grandparents were married for 50. Look at that, 56 years. How the hell can you be married for 56 years?
I want to know how many names they call each other because I know.
Yeah, oh my God,
I'm thinking of some inventive stuff. If that's 50 years,
bro.
That's why your left coast stink.
Hey, Moon Goddess, and I bet you all Grammy had to do was wear that slip.
I knew you gonna say slip.
All she had to do was wear that slip, and Pops was like, let me see. The nameless protagonist says, good afternoon, evening, everyone. Just here observing. Hopefully, everyone has a good day so far. Peace to you. Welcome to Straight Talk Society. So the Moo, the Moo. The Moo-Moo's making a comeback. They making new, sexier Moo-Moos now. So I do want to touch on the title a little bit before we go. I'm obviously not going to get to everything just because the way the show ended up going. But there's one particular topic that I wanted to bring up. The topic of the show is, are black men letting the community down? So that's the question. That's not me saying that they are. Because, man, I wish y'all saw the behind the scenes. Me and Wayne argued about this for like a week straight. So this is not saying that they are. This is me asking a question. Because it's been said that all we do is criticize women on here. So I decided, you know what, let's role reversal. So here's the let's role reversal. So, but this is one thing that I wanted to bring up, something that we don't talk about in our community a lot. Health and mental wellness. And so here's the challenge. Black men face higher rates of chronic illnesses, heart disease, hypertension, mental health stigma, and the impact of that is poor health outcome reduces life expectancy, limits productivity, and increases healthcare burdens on the family. And this comes from a 2023 report from the CDC. Black men have the lowest life expectancy among all racial groups in the U.S., which it's so when I did this debate a couple of years ago, the only group that was close was the AINI, and that's like Alaskan Indian, something like that. Some group some group you never even heard of. Their life expectancy is like 54. But so to that point, I want to end on this on the more serious note. I absolutely believe that black men are letting the community down when it comes to this. You know, we could debate about the money, we could debate about being in the household, we could debate about all of that. But one thing we cannot debate on, we cannot argue about is that when it comes to health, black men are seriously lacking in that area. It is part of the reason why I made the decision that I did as far as, you know, not doing the shows. She looks like somebody I know. Not doing the shows as often because I use the time that we would be doing the shows to go on family walks. You know, we've been doing our family walks. We've been walking these tracks and doing things like that. And then it also is a bonding time. But Black men, historically, high blood pressure, hypertension, heart disease, Black people leading sickle cell anemia, like every bad thing, and a lot of it is related to food. So can we agree that, and even in this, when it comes to this particular point, with the health of Black men, and not all, but we can't, this is one thing I don't want to do. If 70% of Black men are on their shit, I don't want to neglect the 30% that aren't on their shit. We need to talk about the 30% that aren't handling business. So what say you, Mike, when it comes to the health in the Black community, no matter how it starts? Because we know the fried foods and all this and all that, but it is a problem. And we are leaving out of here at record rates. You know, you got guys dying in their 40s now. It's crazy. You're supposed to be hitting your prime in your 40s. You got guys leaving here in their 40s. So what say you, Mike?
All right. First, I'd like to acknowledge the new hat.
This man.
All right. Secondly, I was unaware of the topic of the show because, as you know, I woke up just before I got on the show. So, all right, today is about guys. My bad.
Well, this is a continuation from the last show we did.
I get it now. I'm talking about
I never got all the topics.
I was sleepy. So I want to say this. Men have typically leaned on women to get our health right. We haven't been proactive in taking care of our own health. We've kind of leaned on our women to keep our health at a point where, you know, we can survive longer. That's why there's the whole, you know, you get married, you live longer thing. Because most guys that I know don't even go to the hospital. They just be like, oh man, like I hurt myself yesterday and I ain't going to no hospital, but you know, as soon as my girl heard, you fell out of the chair? I'm like, yeah, I was doing something stupid and I fell out of the chair. You got to go get it checked out. And I was like, man, I ain't getting go get it checked out. All right, damn, I'm going to get it. Like, that's what women do. And now, because relationships aren't what they used to be, men aren't getting that midlife health injection. So, and men we have a high capacity for responsibility, but not when it's about us. When it's about the family, when it's about your kid, when it's about your parents, you're like, oh, I've gotta focus on, I gotta do like me. I'm working my hour. Everybody know my hours. My hours are crazy. I'm dead tired all the time, and I'm in school full time. I'm trying to knock all this stuff out. But in my mind, it's gonna help my baby, so it's got to get done. Anyone else that knows me is like, yo, when are you getting sleep? You're getting like 3-4 hours of sleep at a time, and then this, that, and the third. We don't take care of ourselves. We never have been that population. It's kind of like I don't want to say biblical, but it's kind of felt like that's what we are. We are the one that goes out and breaks the back while the mom's nurturing. And we do that. It worked because that woman who was with you would love you more than you love you. So your love went to the family, her love went to the kids and to you, and the cycle would continue. But since that cycle is no longer what it is, and men don't know how to love themselves correctly, our health are declining. And I'm put myself in the forefront. If you know anything about me, hold on, I need my pillow in the shot. If you know anything about me, see, Trevor was feeling it and then he just went off. I love it. But if you know anything about me, you know I am honest about everything. So if we're having a conversation about me and what's wrong with me, I'll tell you the truth. I've had this conversation with Kevin. I don't like me enough. I know it. I need to be better than me. I need to see, Kevin likes to say you need to find your ghosts and conquer them or stuff like that. I never say you're wrong. I just laugh or whatever. But I know there are things about me I need to be better in. I just don't know how to fix them because I was never taught to love me right. I was taught to make, and this is Wayne's big point. I was taught to make a woman happy. That's why any woman that's ever dated me, you've never heard any woman say they were unhappy. No woman that's ever been with me has broken up with me and been like, man, I'm about to go bust his windows out. Nobody. You've never heard my windows bust. You never heard because I was bred. I am bred to be a great boyfriend, a good husband. Even my ex, my ex-wife, even her, anything she says bad about me, it ain't about how I treated her. It's about what I wouldn't put up with. Now, sadly, if you don't have that person that's in your life to love you and you can't love yourself, you're gonna go down. That's what time does. Like, I hurt my neck yesterday. You know how you're laying in bed and then you push off on your head to like do that? Bro, I did that yesterday. My whole left side feel like a nerve just popped. I don't know what it is. I've been doing that since I was 2. And I did that yesterday. I was like, oh, my it was a wrap. It hurts now. There's a reason I'm laying the way I'm laying. It hurts right now. But I guess until I don't know. That's the one time where Kevin wins, because Kevin's a big believer in self-love and self-healing and self-blah, blah, blah. And my generation we were more built to be in a relationship, to be in a circle, to be in something safe. And his generation is trying to make 2 bubbles into one. My generation made a bubble together. And I don't think either way is better or worse, but his is better in the long run for himself because he's caring about his own health now, which is awesome. But yeah, our health sucks because we don't love ourselves enough. I'm done talking.
So before Kev go, I want to read. Keela, if you're in the chat, can you put the link for my next Pause and Reflect that's coming up Wednesday? Because I think it touches on this. It's called The Discipline of Rest. Like men, I mean, hell, I've been talking about this, that we're so tired. You heard Mike is working. Yeah, Mike has the weirdest schedule I ever seen. And then he's a full-time student, and he got a woman, and he got a kid. So that's and so many men, we just go. We're Superman. That's why I love the John Cena promo so much, because I just thought it was the greatest thing. He was able to finally tell everybody how he felt. Like, I just been going, and y'all never even stopped to see how I was doing. Like, I just thought that was the greatest thing. He literally was like, you guys never even asked me how I was doing. I talk about this all the time. Nobody ever stops to ask a man, how do you feel? Are you okay? They don't do it, because as long as the bills are being paid, as long as the house is being kept up, as long as you're still performing all your manly duties, then they think that you're okay, because that's what men do. That's what they see you do. Kev, let me read this from the nameless protagonist. Is this an argument about non-communicable diseases? Black people have an interesting split between men and women in the Black community. What's causing mortality issues? Let me see. So then he comes back and says, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Heart disease, cancer, and accidents seem to be top 3 leading cause of deaths for Black men. This also pretty much matches the majority of the English speaking West. Heart disease, definitely. I mean, it's no secret. I did the interview with Venkat, and that's how his brother died. His brother died 40 years old, heart disease. We went to school with him. And, I just saw maybe 2 recent deaths of people that I went to school with. Diabetes is killing us. It's a reason why, like I said, it's not hard for me. I don't love social media enough where I could be like, oh my God, I can't get off of social media. It's not hard for me to be like, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to get back in shape. I'm going to use this opportunity to spend time with my family, and let's get out and get active. I got a little kid. I got a little kid to think of. And I tell this to Mike all the time. My biggest fear is that somebody else is going to raise my daughter. Like, that's my biggest fear. Yeah. If, God forbid I die, my wife loves me. My wife's going to mourn, but she's young and fine. I don't expect her not to move on. That would be insane. I've got to see her one of these years. Like she is till death. She did her thing. If she mourns long enough and she wants to move on, that's fine. But I don't want nobody to ever have to raise my daughter, man. Like, and I don't ever want to be the guy that's checking out. Nobody knows when your number gonna get called, but I don't want to be the guy that's checking out because of some bad choices that I made. My friend E, I'm always teasing him because he always sends me all these vegan restaurants. And it's funny, he'll send me all these vegan stuff, but he never once picked up the phone and said, "Hey, Trevor, let's go there." He just always send me all these vegan things. But he's big on the vegan thing. He cut out meat long ago. Kev, like I say, Kev is the youngest one in our group, but Kev is big on reading labels, and Kev made me change my coconut water just because he told me, "Hey, no, that has absorbic acid in there." And then when I found out what absorbic acid does, I'm like, "Oh shit, let me not mess with that." Listen, again, I talked about this morning on Pause and Reflect. Humility, being humble. Anybody could teach me. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want to listen to you because you younger than me." No, if you got some good ass info, then I'm gonna take it. But as men, we need to be more serious about our health, man. Especially, I went to go see one of my friends the other day, and he was like, "Man, they got me wearing this heart monitor for 2 weeks." I'm like, "Damn, bro, you like a year younger than me. What the hell's going on?" It's just like, it's life. Shit happens. We like to think that we're like old trucks. We last longer when it comes to the body, but the inside ain't good, man. It's not. We're walking around with all these chronic pains and back pain like crazy. You got to take a pill to go to sleep. You got to take a pill to get up. That's not life, man. And a lot of that comes from the food you eat. And I know Kev gonna ride out on that, but let me read. Let me see. The nameless protagonist says taking time to breathe is so critical. The basics being just taking a few minutes to be human is huge. Black men dying from hypertension is major. That's what I'm telling you, man. This Wednesday's Pause and Reflect is going to be about rest. Men, you need to take your rest. I'm telling you, I got projects to do in the backyard, but sometimes I'll look at my wife and be like, "Hey, I'm going to do it next week." Because all I want to do is lay down and relax and rejuvenate, or pick up my PlayStation controller and play video games, just detach from everything. Because I'm working like 60, 65 hours a week now. It's crazy. It's insane. Today's the earliest I've been home in like 2 weeks. It's crazy. We're making more money. We're able to do more things, but we're also paying a toll. Our bodies are paying a toll. And we're only getting older. I mean, I'm 45, and thank God, me at 45 is better than my dad at 45. But nevertheless, I'm still 45. And you slow down. You start to slow down. So let me, Kev, see, he's saying you can't trust the CDC. I want to know what's y'all problem with the CDC, because it's funny. Dr. Mia, it's funny. Wayne trusts the CDC when it backs up what he says, but then he don't trust it on certain things. When I brought up a CDC stat to Dr. Mia, she was like, "Oh, the CDC." So it's crazy. But Kev, what you got on this?
So the question is, have black men failed the community?
Yes, pertaining to their health.
Oh, we're talking about just their health.
Yeah, this section is about the health.
I was gonna rant on everything, but okay. I want to say when it comes to health. Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, in general, I don't think black men has failed the community. So there's that. But when it comes to health, y'all get an F-. F-. All of y'all, including the women. I gotta say it. Y'all out here poisoning your kids, poisoning your grandparents, poisoning yourselves, thinking that.
Hey, Kev, just 1 second, because Mike did say something that I didn't. This is probably the best thing Mike said today, where he was like, "We trust our health to women." That was a righteous ass statement. All right, go ahead, Kev.
That was a righteous statement. Yeah, that sounds true. That sounds true. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, that's why I'm all about being an individual. Because when you follow the herd, you're gonna end up jumping off a cliff, man. Because how is it that we have gone? If we're always talking about like how important history is, how are we keeping this culture where you think frying food all the time is supposed to be healthy for you. How are we in 2025 and you're still eating chitlin, and you're still eating collard greens, and you're eating candied yams with pounds of sugar in it, as if you don't have a high blood pressure already, as if you're not already losing a foot. It doesn't make any sense to me. It never made sense to me. And I never liked this whole idea of, she's thick, he's thick, he's big boned. No. If you're 5'6", if you're 5'6", if you're 5'4", there's no way you're supposed to be more than 200 pounds. Ain't no way, cuz. Ain't no way. So when it comes to that, I know when it comes to men, they are so hard headed, man. Men are so hard headed, bro. I have my issues with women, but I love them a lot more because I can be myself, and they'll tell me who they are and what they like about me, regardless. But when men, they're hard headed. They'll go behind your back and smile in your face without any remorse. And when you try to point them to the best direction, they'll call you crazy. Look at Trev. I've been trying to get Trev to get off of meat for how long now?
That's never.
This man talking about, I'm gonna still eat my meat. Pause. Do you know what meat is doing to you? It's giving you high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high everything. But one day he'll be like, oh man, I should have listened to Kev. When he gets cancer, I should have listened to Kev. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Did he just put cancer on Kev? I mean, on Trev.
Did he just put cancer on me? Good.
Jesus.
Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. I'm ranting. I get this.
When you come over here for Juneteenth, I better not see you put your hand in that chicken pot.
No, I'm eating that chicken. Don't worry.
Hypocrite.
I know how to control myself, but
hey, remember that, Kev? When you talk about hypocrites again.
All right. I'm just ranting. I'm just ranting because there's no reason to there's no reason cardiovascular disease is one of the leading causes of death in America. Like, there's no way cancer is one of the leading causes of death in America. There's no way going to the hospital or going to the doctor is one of the leading causes of death in America. There's no reason for that. Just eat better. Just eat some leafy greens. I know it's yucky to you, but you don't need to eat everything with sugar all the time. You don't need to eat everything with grease. Like fasting is a thing. If you wanted to eat meat, fast. Don't eat everything. Don't eat a huge meal all the time in one day. You know, but yeah, when it comes to that, and what also pisses me off is that even though a lot of Black people have these cardiovascular, or sorry, not cardiovascular, these chronic illnesses, they have the nerve not to have life insurance. Like, word? You don't even have health insurance? Word?
Kevin preached the word today.
I'm just saying, it pisses me off, man. I see it all the time. You don't have life insurance, and then you die, and now your family has to pay for everything. You acting like your bills just left you on the way to heaven or hell, wherever you're going. You acting like your phone bill left with you. You acting like the electricity and the mortgage left with you. How do you not have life insurance? Now I'm sure if you Google it, it's gonna say like, it's 56% of Black people have insurance. But what about the 44%? And then you want to blame the white man about generational wealth. What? You putting your kids in debt? That's your fault. What the heck?
That's a different conversation. My hair long as hell.
It's the same conversation.
It's different.
Black people got to do better.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But all the generational wealth that white people got was stolen and given to themselves by themselves.
Well, get a life insurance policy, then we can talk. How about that? Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
I have a life insurance policy, and my daughter has one too.
You see,
look how long my hair is.
Yeah, not you. I'm talking to imaginary Black people.
Nene said, if you need life insurance, hit her up.
Hey, Double D ain't no joke.
Hey, keep going, Kev. You. Hey,
I don't know, Nene. I'm thinking about it. My girl wants me to taper the sides and then just let the curls do the thing at the top. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Yesterday I was at work twisting my hair and I was like, good Lord. So I don't know.
Listen. I don't want to hear about y'all. Hey, I'm a follically.
Hey. When the 26 babies are talking, you stay out of our business.
I'm a follically challenged dude myself. Hold on.
I got one more thing though.
Oh, go ahead, Kev.
What also pisses me off about the food is literally making you dumber. but you're too dumb to not understand that it's making you slow. Yeah, I know you guys see. I know you guys see it. I know you talk to the old people who are like, "What's up, baby? You know that's the food in their head. Like that's the whole reason they have brain fog. That's the reason why dementia is such a high cause of death in America. It's all the food, and yet you still want to eat 30 pounds of cheese in your mac and cheese. Like what? Oh, come on, man. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, I don't listen. Like I said, like even when Mike go on his rants, if it is what it is, then it is what it is. I don't disagree. The nameless protagonist. My mom cannot cook at all. At 12 years old, my brother and I outlawed her from the kitchen. We had to learn about food the hard way. But again, lifestyle is our leading cause of death by far. So I do agree with that. And E says, how are people with a house, car, job, etc. have the same diseases as homeless people? Type 2 diabetes.
That's a bar.
Yeah, that's man. Yeah, I can't. Hey, CT Flemings. Nah, the meat definitely has a direct correlation to high blood pressure. My BP was 138/90 in January, and I took a break from meat early March last week and went back to the doctor, and now it's 117/74. Well,
stop trying to use big words. You don't know what correlation means.
Well, that's great. That's great right there. But again, when it comes to the meat thing, so just so we clear, just so we clear, I don't when you know everybody knows like I'm a meat eater, so I will eat my steak. I don't eat pork anymore, but it's not like I'm having a steak every day. You know, I may have it once a month or twice a month at the most. So it's not like, you know, the majority of the meat that I consume is going to be chicken or fish. But I'm not using that as a cop out. So I'm not going to say that Kev doesn't know what he's talking about, but I'm just saying it's easier said than done to go complete vegan. Now we have cleaned up our diet substantially. You know, I know y'all, if y'all see my shorts and stuff, you'll see the pizza, but that's like family nights on Fridays. But throughout the week is like clean eating. It's even gotten to the point now where we'll just buy like 2 or 3 rotisserie chickens and I just break them down, and then you have them, and we just have these meal prep things so where we can just grab them and go. And that's all that's in my fridge at work, because I do realize the way we eat, man. You listen to Louis Farrakhan especially, and then who's this other guy, Rizza, what's his name, Rizza Islam, I think.
Yeah.
You listen to them and they break down that food, man, and what they're saying is undeniable. You can't dispute it. Dr. Sebi used to always, it's about what you eat. Devin, when they say you are what you eat, that's true. You know, you can't survive on eating chitlins and all that shit every week. And it's like, I'm not eating a chitlin, period. But, you know, so you know, soul food, some people eating soul food 2, 3, 4 times a week. And I do agree with you, Kev. You know, we got to stop calling people thick and call them for what they are. They're fat.
I'm fat.
You know, you just got to call it for what it is. You know, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot 240. They say that I should be like 215. Now, if I was 215 pounds, I'd look like a baser. So that doesn't work. But I do need to get back to my normal weight of like 220, which is why I do what I do, you know, on the off days where, you know, the family, we go do our walks. But
so yeah, man, put on some muscle.
I'm fatter than you, Tequila.
Yeah, man, put on some muscle.
But we cute.
Oh no, but I'm jacked, Kev. That's different.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, I think because I'm 240
this nigga
pounds.
Just said I'm jacked.
But then I got one of my coworkers is 240 and he's just a little butterball, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, how the hell am I 240 like this and you're 240 like that? I can't understand. I never could understand it. But these, you know, so I don't disagree. Let me see what Cliff is saying. Man, we got 20 people watching over on Twitter. That's what's up. Let me see. Cliff said it's 2025. Please use my chart app on your phone. And if you're employed, you should have one free doctor visit every year. Yeah, absolutely.
Doctors. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh God! No, see, now that I'm not gonna let you do, Kev.
No, I'm not. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna do that.
don't get into your whole doctor talk over here. Let me see. Jackie says you do your own research on certain foods if you put on your body. Yeah, I mean, and you know, and ever since I started going to the farmers market and stuff, we haven't been in a while, but you know, the juicing and things like that, it's helped so much. My blood pressure was high as hell. You know, my blood pressure was really high to where they were going to admit me in the hospital twice because of my blood pressure. But
you're welcome, man.
Got it under control, man. But you know, it's just
that's what's so weird about me. My blood pressure's never been high. I think just because of the way my family eats, we don't eat like soul food. We're just healthy, and I'm supposed to be diabetic. Like
eat that brown stew chicken and rice and peas. Eat that good stuff.
You know what I'm saying, man? I was supposed to be diabetic like 10 years ago, and I still have never gotten it. I don't know. Let me not say it like that, because then probably I'll catch that shit next week. But
right.
But
Lord, make an example out of you.
You feel me? But I don't eat that bad, man. And I'm about to juice tonight. I got some of those what they call the mangoes from the Philippines. I got some of those mangoes. I'm about to juice that. I got a half a watermelon. I got some lychee. I got cherries that I'm gonna pit bro. I'm about to juice up tonight.
I can't wait till watermelons come back in season, man. I'm tired of buying these crappy ass watermelons for like $13 and $14. Guy Guns and God, damn, look at that. Guys, Guns and God says we need more Israelite farms educations on food conservation. Yeah, and listen, because the Israelites eat righteous. They don't eat pork. You know, they fast and things like that. So I do agree with the fasting, definitely, Kev. You know, I do intermediate fasting. You know, where you go like 18 hours on, and then you eat for 6 hours, and within like a 6-hour period. So I do stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't have no dispute when it comes to that at all. But us as people, we love food. Again, a lot of that I think is a social flex, because we can really like to take pictures of it and put it online. But you know, that could just be the conspiracy in me. But all right, fellas, is almost 8 o'clock. So Kev, go, you know, you showed up to work on time tonight. So go give your clothes out. Hey, Mike, Kev didn't want none of that opening topic. He was like, man, he didn't want none of that.
You know, I kind of want it now.
Well, you know, I'll go, man. Because I was like, all right, well, they not here. So now you about to get, I'm about to go back in my bag, and we about to do what it do. But go and give your clothes out, Kev. Oh, I did look at the calendar. So the next time we'll be back with you on Man Talk Monday will be April 7th. So that's not next Monday. That's the Monday after. Like I said earlier, Man Talk Monday, I appreciate that, nameless protagonist. Man Talk Monday isn't going anywhere, because Man Talk Monday is a flagship show of the channel. Man Talk Monday is not going anywhere. So I could sacrifice 2 Mondays a night. 2 Mondays a month for Man Talk Monday. Everything else for me is just kind of gonna fall by the wayside. You know, Tafis politics isn't going anywhere. You know, if there's a need for a Bible, you know, debate or something like that, we'll knock it out. And I will be interviewing Brian from Jagged Edge, because I was in contact with him day before yesterday. He said he's on tour. He's gonna be on tour for a couple of weeks, but when he gets back, we'll set up the date for the interview. So look forward to that. All right, Kev, go and give you your close out. Shout out to the Twitter audience. Hey man, and y'all make sure this Wednesday tune in to Pause and Reflect. I know it's at 6:30 in the morning, but it's only 20 minutes. And it probably be the best 20 minutes outside of laying up under somebody that you're going to experience. Kev, go give your close out.
Finally, sheesh. But yes, the prodigal sons are back. And yeah, it was good talking to you guys. I am going to scream more when it comes to the shows, especially when you guys give invalid opinions. But Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good to see y'all chat. And remember this. Listen, I know it's tough to be yourself, but listen, there's gonna be a point where you just gotta surround yourself by people who actually like you for who you are. Even if you gotta be how do I say this? Even if you end up the black sheep of the entire group, at least you got the self-love. And with the self-love, people are gonna gravitate to you anyways, you know. And it's crazy how life is gonna give you like lessons to learn, because everything's gonna happen for a reason. Like there's gonna be a point where like maybe you buy the piece of chicken, and or like even for me, like you go to McDonald's and at one point it was so delicious. Then one day you go and eat a burger and it's like, oh, I gotta throw this up. Like everything happens for a reason, you know. So even if you got to get away from the people that are around you or you used to be cool with, you know, even if it's like a roommate you live with who's an idiot, maybe that roommate, maybe that roommate owes you money and he wants to crash out, talking about like, oh, I did everything for you, so you know I'm not gonna pay you back. Well, listen, you get your get back, and then just focus on finding other people who would actually pay you back when you give them money. So yeah, man.
Yo, get your
All
stuff
right,
off,
y'all. I'm gonna
Kev.
catch y'all.
Get your stuff off, Kev.
Oh shit,
Woo.
Mike,
Arrow Apple.
go close us out, Mike.
Hey man, I want to say first and foremost, love to my MIR crew. I see my boys in there. Big the VP, Big Zay, my boy Bones, my twin, and Wayne ain't here, but he here in spirit. He's like Michael Bivins. He's out there making money. We 5 strong, always have been, always will be. You know what it is. To our missing member, my homegirl Moon's daughter. We holding the place for you, baby girl. We are holding the spot for you. You will be Little Kim for us, minus the face surgery because you don't need all. Anyway. So, I want to say my hats are amazing, and so is my girl. I'm having a great time. I wish everybody in the world the same blessing. To Kev's roommate, and yeah, and to Kev, he's not here. I wish he was still here. Please clear up space on the drive. And to Trev, hey man, you got to do whatever you got to do to make yourself whole. We talked all this talk about how men don't take care of themselves. How we gonna look at you any different for taking care of you? Do what you got to do, my brother. To Cardi and Moon, we gonna have to have a conversation because I am no longer waiting on Trevor because Trevor busy. So it's gonna have to be us. We're gonna have to do it. I want this after dark thing to happen. I'll be at work like writing treatments, acting like I'm making a music video or something. So we're gonna have to make it happen. To everyone else, I wish you the same type of joy that I feel. I love, and last but not least, I love you, baby girl, Nikki, wherever you at. Well, I know where you at, but I ain't gonna put your business out. You better be watching, and if not, you're gonna watch it later and tell me how adorable I am with your hats on, because that is part of your job, and it is my job to keep you happy every day. And I've been doing my job because I get a check-in every night telling me mission accomplished. I'm out this mug. I'm going back to bed. Holla at your boy, Mike is, you know the rest.
All right, Mike. Oh man. All right. Well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it, man. It's been a while. It's been a month actually, but you have just heard another edition of Man Talk Monday. It did. I thought we was gonna go. I thought we were gonna have to go old school. Wait a minute, Mike coming back up here.
Hey, I apologize. I have to give a special shout out to the Invisible Woman, my birthday twin Nene. We're coming up. We're born the exact same day, exact same month, exact same year. It is an honor and a privilege to share this planet with you. I wish you the best on your day. You have good choice in men because I chose the same guy to be a homie, which means you doing the right thing. Uh, I wish for you a year of you seeing the version of you that you think is impossible to attain, you looking in the mirror one day and seeing her and knowing you are that chick. I won't be able to see it because you're invisible to me, but I hope you can see it. That's all that matters. Love to the family. I'm gonna get out here for real now. Y'all be easy.
All right, well, there you have it. Again, Mike and my wife do share the same birthday this Wednesday. So shout out to both of them on their birthday. Then the day after is my daughter's birthday. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy this weekend. So but hey, it is what it is. But man, thank you guys for coming out, man, especially to the Twitter audience. Thank you guys for coming on so strong and actually staying through watching the show, man. I really appreciate that. I wish you guys would comment, in the chat, man. It was and you guys are still there. There's 20 of you over there watching. I really wish that you would comment in the in the chat and let me know how you like the show. But nevertheless, I do appreciate you just watching. But like I said, the next time I'll be before you is Wednesday morning at 6:30 for Pause and Reflect. We're going to be talking about rest. And then Friday's episode, because I'll be off, will be a little longer version, but that's going to be a really good one too, because the topic of that one is being the version of the man that you wanted. So hold on, let me get it right, because I kind of feel like I just butchered the hell out of that. Let me see. What is that one titled? Oh, being the man you needed growing up. So that's Friday's Pause and Reflect. So, those mangoes are, I got to go out there and clean that crap up. I hate this time of year when they start to fall, but man, shout out to Mike, shout out to young Kev, shout out to Wayne wherever he is. I know y'all thought me and Wayne was going to be on here arguing tonight, but Wayne probably got caught up doing something. But I do appreciate Captain Azariah for jumping on earlier, in the beginning of the show, man. Thank you guys so much for riding with us for so long. Hey, just a temporary setback. We're not going away 100%, but we got to scale some things back. Like I said, the wrestling show, I do have like 4 shows scheduled this month because it's WrestleMania time. So we got to definitely cover the WrestleMania. We'll be watching the main events night 1 and 2. We'll do a pre and post show, but then after that, I think that's going to be it. For the wrestling shows, I just can't commit the time to it anymore. If something pops up important, then, we'll definitely talk about it. But until, besides that, I'm not going to be able to commit the time to it. And like I said, Thursday, if something comes up, we got a hot Bible topic, then we'll jump on it definitely. And like I said, I will be interviewing Brian from Jagged Edge coming up shortly, man. But y'all tune in to Tate Fist Politics tomorrow night at 6:30, man. Y'all check out the guys, Venkat, MD, Ricardo, and Mike. They do such a great job on that. And hey, as y'all can see, my voice is going away. So with all that being said, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. And because I didn't get to play the Man Talk Monday intro, I'm going to play it going out. Peace!
Why are you so aggressive, black man? I'm like, it's a no-win.
Always aggressive black man.
What's up, man?
Wayne.
Like,
oh, okay. Hey, man, cut the sexiness out, man. Ain't no women on the panel. Man, we ain't all sexy.
He just goes on. He just went off on you like that, just for no reason.
Yeah, man.
The Straight Talk Society.
Is it the barbershop? Is it the barbershop? Yes, it's the barbershop. Yes. I mean, we can't talk straight in the barbershop. Then where can we talk straight? We can't talk straight nowhere else. Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Being smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
You're not Jamaican.
Come take a walk through my heart, a stroll through my soul. Being smart from the start, wasn't taught, wasn't told. You could climb through my mind.
What up, fellas? On the count of everybody in the chat, and I've never apologized.
See you dealing with a vicious mind, hard cold like Christmas time. Every time I write a rhyme, put it all.
Thank you.
Thank you, mama. I love my namesake. You know what it is.
All right.
Been a rebel from the start. Ain't got time to play no games. I'm too busy playing my part. Keep my mind.
Sometimes people just can't shut their damn mouth. Literally, that's all it's about. Shut up. Just shut up. Take your money and shut up.
The man I wanna be, but I'll be damn, I'm gonna be. How in the hell I'm gonna see
Let's be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So, be a man.
Lyrically, I'm legendary. Yes, I'm very necessary. Plans to see my adversary.
This is the barber shop. The place where a black man means something. Cornerstone neighborhood.